parking.
What time is he on?
1.
I'll just do it in the break, right?
Okay.
So how's it all go? Don't get up.
I'm good. The announcement?
Yeah, like it's just the email thing, right?
Yeah.
No Facebook thing?
No Facebook thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
email
that's all I need to know.
+1.
You guys all came to an agreement that this would be the better idea?
It was Don said keep pounding them.
Any details, just
they were eventually just like, just do it yourselves. I was like, okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. I mean, is there like do they want us to go there or anything, or do they?
They're going to promote it, but they don't have the manpower how they wanted to do it, unless they were going to give us access to SiriusXM Canada's Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
They don't have the manpower to respond to each person that liked the thing. So I was like, how are you guys expecting this to be done?
Right.
If you don't have the manpower to do it yourselves. So
confusing world, I'm sure.
It's just unnecessary.
I know, but
I
hey
mean,
man, they got to do
thanks
this.
for wanting to be a part of it.
I know, but they got this thing, you know? They got all these rules and regulations that they've got to abide because Americans just push Canada around.
Yeah.
You think they'd have it down, though, when I think about all the American talent that goes to Canada every year and does their gig, you know? Like from high-level billions of dollars to, you know, shit kickers. Is it not just happening constantly?
They glom on to festivals that are already taking place versus us trying to do it ourselves. So, like, Montreal's Just for Laughs. SiriusXM Canada broadcasts at that festival, but it's not their festival.
Right.
So...
if I hand you my phone or something, that's why.
Okay.
So. Yeah, only guys buy new cars, Tom.
Hmm?
I just don't. I need to like have this.
You want to sublease mine?
I know where's the buying cars.
I bought a used car.
Get it in May. And did you go through a dealership?
Yeah.
Certified.
I was gonna say a dealership if I wanted to find a way to go.
I
Did
sold
you
my
do?
car to CarMax, and they gave me a lot more than I thought it was worth.
And you got like yours was like a refurbished, right, engine or
Mine was
something?
open then.
I have time to go to the restroom and come back, right?
We're on in a minute.
If you don't
Plenty
have,
of time.
if you
Best
don't
pee
have
your
a
pants.
subscription to Consumer Reports,
Where's Will going?
Bathroom.
Have fun.
Fashion, a scintillating bloodbath, a hellacious fury, evil, cannabis, interesting thing, awesome radio. I'm laying on my back on my $10,000 torture rack, and while it may be so much fun, I should have got a cheaper one. It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully. I've never been so comfortable with cocks in my entire life. Andrew Bruce. No way you get hard just staring at my ass. Kevin Kraft. Look at how fertile my twat is. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Also blown up. Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show. Don't think. Feel.
Hey, biatch. What was I gonna say? I was thinking about, I think sometimes it used to shit me when people would copy me, and it used to shit me from as far back as I can remember, and the first time I remember someone copying me was my brother copying me, and it used to shit me, but he was just trying to emulate my style, like, I don't know if you know this, Michael, but Baxi, whatever the fuck, has a Band-Aid tattooed on his face, because he's emulating, what's his name?
Nelly?
Nelly's style.
I don't know who Baxi is.
Remember the dude I told you about, the white guy that's like confusing? I don't know what he does. The singer guy with the fake eyes.
Is he a SoundCloud rapper guy?
Maybe I did that on Ellis. Sorry. No, I talked about it here, right? The blonde English guy with the contacts and fake teeth, or some, I don't know. He's like some rap. It's the part of the new I'm a midget with a face tattoo.
Right, the one we did the SoundCloud bit. Those are guys who that scene kind of blew up on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they talk about it a lot. That's because Instagram shows me that, first of all the celebrities in the world man, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a hater, but I am a hater by just going, I don't know, I didn't see it. I just woke up in the morning and my phone's like, look at this. And I'm like, man, this is just the most colossal, like, gathering of douche ever orchestrated. And everyone's like, I'm like, why is everybody dressed like a, like they think they're a fucking golden god? And Katie's like, relax, it's a fashion thing, and they're all doing the fashion thing, dressing their fucking heads and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's just like, you know, I don't know, Kim Kardashian didn't do any, I don't know. It's like, I'm confused. It's like a runway thing for famous people. And then I'm like, I'm listening to this radio show that's right next to us. What's his name? He's gay. That's such a fucking bad rap. Bravo. Andy Cohen. Fucking hell, man, I swear. I'm going to bash my head off the ground and I'll remember that name for sure. But Andy Cohen, I was listening to his show because I listen to his channel now. And God, he's fucking busy. And man, is he fucking gay. But he's on the carpet with that chick that, and it's just like, what the fuck happened? I'm so confused. I guess I didn't watch it on TV. So I'm just like, wait, did everybody go to an award ceremony? And I'm like, wait, did everybody not go to an award ceremony? Did they just dress famous people in shit that makes them look like the Pope? And people like Miley Cyrus and the chick from the Sex and the City. I don't want to be mean anymore, man, but the chick in the Sex and the City is not hot, right? So I guess she knows all the designers or something. This is just me outside looking. I don't know anything. I'm sure everyone's going to break it down to me in a minute, but so everybody who's famous gets to be a model, and they all go on this staircase, and it just, I don't know. I feel like, wouldn't you rather stay home? And if you want to go and dress as the Pope, you know what I mean? Is it not? Are you not sick of getting your ass fluffed? Well, but you're not, because you're there all the time. It seems like it would be a torturous event for a legitimate human being.
Yeah, you're talking about the Met Gala.
Yes.
I can definitely... well, first of all, let me say that I've been hearing of this thing for... I've only really been hearing about the Met Gala for 5 or 6 years, I feel like, give or take.
And what is it?
I don't know. But and I don't think anybody...
Do they go watch a movie or something? Like, when they go up to the top of the stairs,
I think it's
do
just
they go home?
I think it's just a party.
Oh.
Gotcha. But I think it's a gala.
Oh, that's right. I saw Madonna met... Who Gives a Shit with the fat ass? Nicki Minaj? Mm-hmm. And that's a big one. Like, because Instagram told me that they met and you had to see them look at each other before they met, and then they said hello, and then they looked at each other, and I was like, wow.
Who are you following on Instagram that's giving you this shit?
I'm not following them. It's the thing where you surf the middle bit, like what Instagram is doing.
Which button is that?
The looking glass.
Oh God, who would go in there?
Yeah. And then it's the world. You don't have to watch the TV anymore, and this is where the kids get the news.
But I would rather watch the TV. I'm looking at it.
That's because you're old.
That's because I have taste. You're complaining about what's in there and telling me. I'm
agreeing.
It's telling me that
you do have taste.
There's a kitten playing in a bowl of kitten food.
Yep.
There's Met Gala.
Yep.
I see some pictures of some people that I follow. There's this still I keep seeing from the Childish Gambino video. There's a guy falling down riding a skateboard. Yeah, what would I...
You need to refresh. It's very old.
No, I don't, because I'll never go back in there again.
It doesn't show you anything about this thing?
Yeah, I got a couple of Met Gala pictures in there, too.
Then that's it. Fucking, you know what I mean? That's what I did. I flipped it a couple times, and it shows me all the people dressed like the Pope this morning. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, Kim Kardashian? What the fuck? I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'm like, why is everybody so because the other thing was that made it seem douchey was, who's the guy that pretended he was transgender and had AIDS in the Texas thing? I mean, the Dallas Buyers Club.
McConaughey or Jared Leto?
Jared Leto was there, and he's got a fucking, he's got a like an eagle headband on or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is.
Was there a particular theme this year
Yes.
that everybody had
yeah,
to
it was
appropriate
it was like a popey thing.
religious
Yeah.
iconography of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Honestly,
didn't know.
I wouldn't even know that this thing had happened if it wasn't for being on this show and just sort of going through some news sites that, you know, put it this way, I don't look at on days off.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it,
Well, it's huge. It's huge right now.
but what does huge mean anymore, man?
I don't know.
There's no more-
Why? Are you attacking me for everything? I'm saying, look, I'm kind of joking, but the world's not joking. But I'm making fun of the fact that it is kind of a big deal, and it's fucking stupid.
It's
I don't understand why. Am I incorrect by stating any of that?
it's a really big deal, but I just find things to be. One of the things I love about.
I mean, Kanye West is a moron recently.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So I'm bringing it. I don't toss and turn
yeah.
over it. I just noticed this morning. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa! How come every douche
Yeah.
is on this staircase with all the other douches? That was my. And then Katie broke down to me that it's all the top fashion designers had. So that means nobody picks their shit. You get a costume.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sure you get to say yay or nay. I'm sure nobody told Madonna she had to wear that, but right.
I
gotcha.
think all old ladies should wear fishnets over their face. It's a great way to hide your oldness.
Well,
She
it's-
looks like old Madonna in that.
It's perfect for her because I mean she's fucking called Madonna. She's been doing this dance for decades now.
Right. No, she is the. No, you know what? I will give out of everybody there. She is the one that makes the most sense.
Right.
Her shit looks cool.
Yeah.
But that's only because you've seen her wear so much stupid shit that a giant, you know, what I mean, like a fishing net over her face is. I'm like, yeah, man.
Pretty mellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really even.
But
yeah.
but this guy is killing me. I'm. What's the guy's name?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's killing me. Oh my god, I didn't see. Oh god, she's really annoying. I can't believe people. I mean, you love. She's a big fat lady. I mean, if you're talking A-list pop musician, she's a big fat woman.
Katy Perry, I cannot say that I used to find her really cute, and I do not personally care for where she's taken her look. Not that she's trying to appeal to me, but
I mean, she's an angel.
yes.
She's like, I love it. I'll be there. You know what I mean? I'll get on the staircase and I will look at millions of cameras for hours, as if I am an angel or a golden god, if you will.
Yeah.
And then we'll laugh about it afterwards at the party, and I won't be serious. Bullshit. Everybody that wanted to be on there and got dressed as a fucking golden god with butterfly wings and fucking headbands and shit knows it. Just like that movie. Almost Famous. Everybody on that carpet is, but they're not even high on ecstasy. But they're all like, I'm a golden god, and I refuse to believe that they go back later and go, ha ha ha, it's all a joke. Like, they've got me wearing these wings. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think they say that, but deep down inside they don't mean it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
you-
they
yeah.
make the self-effacing joke.
Yeah, you
but
can
they
have a
don't actually
martini
really
afterwards
believe
and all agree that you were laughing about your wingsuits, but you weren't. You
Yeah.
all had a good solid hour of fucking wingsuiting people with your golden god eyes.
I didn't see most of these. The one that I saw was because I guess my news feed thinks that I care about football, which is not too far off. That the Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
because you follow football. Oh, no. It showed me Tom Brady dressed in the golden
Yeah.
turtleneck as well. So you don't have to be into football for that.
Right.
Because that's a big thing, Michael, because some other douche wore the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, man, that's so basic.
Can't do that to Tommy Football.
Right? Who's the other douche that wore it?
Oh, I have no idea. That's the first time hearing.
No,
it.
Andrew, you'll know because they'll tell you.
I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. I thought Tom would have one of the kind outfits.
That's what I would have thought, right? You think there's no way Brady would wear something that someone has already worn, but it's true.
It's funny to me seeing the other ones that he attracted attention. I think once
God,
these,
that haircut.
yeah,
Wiener.
once these storylines start, I guess they'll do anything to shoehorn something into it. I agree that like if he just showed up at my house wearing that, I'd be like, oh, those are some lapels you got there, Brady. But now understanding what everybody else was doing, I can understand where he was like, well, I'd actually kind of like to go a little understated for this thing, and that is understated compared to, you know, Rihanna, who looks like she's singing for Ghost.
Yeah, but the girls get more dressed up and the guys don't. And I would say that the guy that has the fucking Bravo channel is. I mean, I don't think it's because he's gay. He had sick shit on. His shit was cool.
Oh yeah, I saw him out here like a week or two ago.
You did?
Yeah. He was doing a show here.
He talked about us on his show.
Oh really?
I mean, he heard me on the Stern show and said
that's
something
nice.
about us being cool. But I noticed I like his white suit, but I like his shoes. He has 6 shoes, and I don't know who else could match that turd of a lady or whatever her name is.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
I mean, she must be a really nice person.
Well, I think that the thing with her is
Right.
that I don't think they've ever really successfully convinced mainstream men to find her super attractive. I think a lot of, not all, but
She's a gay goddess.
many women really respond to her.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost because, well, it's 2 things. First of all, because they liked her as a kid and shit, like girls just want to have fun and all that, so they feel like they've sort of grown up with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But also because I think she's not super, super gorgeous, she's considered to have like really, really excellent taste.
Right.
And to be very, very chic.
I know.
And
I'm
I
an
think
idiot.
that, and I think that women can kind of relate to that. She's a little bit more of a. She wasn't born iconic. She sort of made herself iconic.
Can I say I really respect Ferris Bueller for not being there?
Yeah, Matthew Broderick must have been otherwise disposed. Maybe he's in a play.
He's not disposed. He's just like, I'm not going to this fucking douche off. Take homo. I'm not going.
Oh, I'm sure he's walked many and many a red carpet that he did not feel.
That's what I'm
walking,
saying.
Yeah.
And when you get to, what is he, 55, 60?
Gotta be
You're
up
like,
there.
come on, man, I'm not going.
Mm.
And he doesn't get run. He runs his life. Unlike like Ozzy Osbourne. Like, if he doesn't want to go, he's not. He's shown it. He's not doing a world tour with her.
No, I'm sure he's been to a couple of those, but yeah, it's
But he's had enough. It's time for him to relax. Don't they have children?
they have 3 children based on the Wikipedia page I'm looking at right
They're
now.
probably telling the truth. Seems like a pretty level-headed guy.
I've always got that impression about him. I like him a lot more than I like her.
I like that fucking jacket he's got on too.
Any Cohen.
Yeah. I mean, but that's
Yeah.
that weird. But that's that weird inner douche in me, you know. That's that spoiled fuck white privilege thing that courses through my veins.
I can easily see why this is appealing to these types of celebrities because it's an opportunity to like dress up, to have an excuse to dress up super stupid.
Yeah, but can you wear it again?
No, that would be fucking hilarious. If I mean, maybe Rihanna would go to Denny's like that just for the gram.
You could, I mean, if you're the guy, you can mix and match. Because I'd wear those shoes again, just not with that shit, you know.
Yeah.
I'd wear that jacket all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole
No t-shirt.
the
like a fat
fashion
Conan.
the fashion world it completely you completely
Yeah, I
lose
don't
me
know.
when you get to fashion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like art kind of stuff that I can, creative stuff in the public eye that I can totally appreciate, and some of it I really even like, but I just fashion has nothing for me.
Yeah. Well, now it's they don't. There's no model. It's like these weird. May as well be a fucking YouTube celebrity on the runway. I don't care. But they all seem pretty happy about being on those stairs.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for everybody that went to go to the staircase.
Is it sexist?
Did he go? You gotta go, right?
I would imagine so, unless you had some other place to be on the
He
other
would
side
have.
of
There's
the
no
wall.
way. He loves that shit.
I don't know if this is like sexist for me to say because I'm thinking more and more about like the messages that you give girls and stuff since I'm gonna have a daughter.
Yeah.
But I still do believe that it's the rare girl, and of course somebody could call us and say that they're a woman and this doesn't apply to them at all, but I think it is the rare girl who doesn't kind of still want to play princess once or twice. I mean, we wouldn't have the wedding industry that we have if the average woman did not embrace the idea. And I'm not saying most of them want to live there. I think a lot of them would love to.
Yep.
But man, I'm thinking about that Meghan Markle chick that's marrying.
Never heard of her.
She's marrying Prince Harry.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. She's very cute.
Because I'm kind of under the impression, unless she is playing me for a fool, that like, because I feel like the other one, fully from before she met Prince William, was like I'm gonna be the Queen of England. Like she played for that. I think every woman who met Prince William who was like a suitable queen, you know what I mean, like had the right family background and shit like that, was like, I'm gonna go be the Queen of England. Because like I said, a lot of women want to be princesses. I feel, unless I'm crazy, like Harry met Meghan Markle in like Toronto or something. Like I don't think she was playing to be a princess.
Yeah.
I think she more had princess thrust upon her. And I was at the bookstore over the weekend and there's like this unauthorized biography, and I don't think it's slandering her. I think it's supposed to say how great she is. But you know how these things work. They call her and they're like, hey, we're writing a book about you, and you're like, fuck off. And then they call your mom and your mom is like, fuck off. And then they call your friends, and your friends say fuck off, and finally they find somebody you went to 5th grade with who's like, she was always kind of a bitch in gym class.
Oh, dude.
And it's just very, very strange. I'm not trying, like, I don't care about Meghan Markle. I was just thinking, boy, how weird would it be if you had never planned to have that sort of life, and then in the space of 2 or 3 years, there are unauthorized biographies of you. Just, what a wild experience.
Yeah, it's got to be a pretty cool experience, you know, good with the bad. She's super pretty, man. Like, even when she's, like, doing ugly face, she's hot.
Yeah.
Like, stupid laugh. I bet you she farts hot. Man, she is, like, really pretty.
Yeah, she seems
Good
alright
for
to
him.
me.
Give her a good going over. He's not going to be king, though, right?
Never.
He could kill his brother. His brother could crash. Isn't his brother a pilot?
But he's not even the second in line. I forget how it works. I think now William's kids are in line before he is.
Oh, fruit tingles.
And I think he has 2 sons now.
Oh, well then he's got the ultimate gig. He doesn't have to show up to shit. He can just bone this chick.
Yeah, and I think
Live in a castle.
I think he's made his peace with it. I think it seemed from afar to fuck with him a little bit to be so close and yet so far. You know, it's the weirdest thing to be born the second richest man in the world when you have to live with the richest man in the world. Because everything in life is relative.
Yeah, but you're right.
But I think he's figured it out.
Yep.
He seems okay. He's easily, I mean, by far out of everyone who has ever emerged from the House of Hanover or whatever the fuck they are, to be like the one I would want to hang out with.
That's not saying much.
No, it isn't. It isn't. He's the only one that I would really. Of course, I'd go to lunch with Prince Charles just for the fuck of it, but you don't like want to.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's more normal than like Julian Lennon.
Yeah, well, it's not saying much. No, you think I don't know. You think Julian Lennon's not? Yeah, he's got to be tweaking balls.
I would think so. I bring him up because I actually passed him in the same bookstore about 10 feet away from Meghan Markle's book. He looks great.
Oh.
Julian Lennon looks like what Bono's trying to look like.
What?
Yeah, he's got like short hair and he's on some HGH, so he's like kind of like thick, but
Wow.
like, good thick.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's wearing like a brown leather jacket, and yeah,
How old's he?
he's old. I bet Julian Lennon is like 60.
No.
He's 55.
Son of a bitch. He's half Asian though, right?
No. Even though he kind of looks like it. He's the one from... No, Sean's the one that John had with Yoko. He's from the one that John beat up.
He did other things with her as well, but yeah, sure. And one day I think he did do that. Right. Man, he really looks like his dad.
Yeah, I know. Very strange to spend your life in your father's shadow. Some people bear it well, but I don't think most do.
Yeah, that other guy really looks like his mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I had an ex that was a crazy Beatle fanatic, and she worked in a guitar store, and he came in, and she was like, oh, cool, I want to wait at him. Everyone's like, fucking have at it. We're sick of him. None of us want to talk to him anymore.
Oof, tough.
Yeah, you'd think in Guitar Center everybody would want to talk to Sean Lennon.
Not
No.
the truth.
No.
Yeah, I know a son of a Beatle, I think.
Yeah, I think you
I
do.
will.
I think you do.
I saw him the other day.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he seems by all accounts normal.
Right?
It can happen. I'm just saying I don't envy. That's a thing that you're born with, and some people bear that. Some people make the most of it because, of course, there's great parts to being the son of a Beatle.
Yeah.
But some people, I think.
Yeah, that dude seems cool as shit.
Yep, that's the impression that I have of Danny Harrison.
Mm.
Does Ringo have kids? Oh yeah. He's
gay.
What, Zach Starkey? Yeah, and yet he has children. Zach was drumming with Zach drums too.
Oh, okay. Is he old?
Uh,
Because you could get away with being a kid of a giant star back in the day. The media didn't want you as much as they do now, right?
yeah. Well, I think it's always
Like
come.
you can be like an old man, and we just missed you.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't recognize. Like I said, when I passed Julian Lennon, that's Julian Lennon. I don't think I would. Yeah, Zach Starkey could be my barista.
Oh, but he's not. He's
But he's
living
not.
on top of the world.
Probably.
Peace and love.
Yeah. His dad's a knight.
Right. So he's a... What does that make you? Just a son of a bitch? Nothing?
Not a damn thing.
Not a goddamn thing?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. I mean, we know a guy that knows Bono, so we're pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
We're up there with royalty.
Yeah. We're,
Hey,
we're 1 degree away from greatness.
You want to hear something super gnarly?
Yeah.
We're going to go to Canada and it's for free and people can get tickets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know how, everybody? Canada? Do you want to know?
Based on social media, I think many people want to know.
Right. Well, ask the robot.
He is currently rebooting. I'll tell everybody. he went DOS all of a sudden. Okay, the Jason Ellis Show is coming to Canada, and we welcome you to come and join us for a free taping Monday, June 11th at Yuck Yucks in Vancouver, Tuesday, June 12th at Yuck Yucks in Edmonton, Wednesday, June 13th in Calgary. Where, Andrew? Yeah. And you can reserve your free ticket for yourself and a +1, only +1. You're not bringing all your homies. If all your homies want to come, they're going to have to reserve their own tickets. You and one guest can come by emailing the following email address right now. First come, first serve, jasonelliscanada. jasonelliscanada at gmail.com. Please be sure and mention in the email which city you are planning on coming to, Vancouver, Edmonton, or Calgary, and you will receive an email confirmation back that your name is on the list, assuming you write to us in time. The show will start at 7:30 each of those nights. Doors open an hour before that, and we'll put together like a in case some people don't show up, there might be an opportunity to get in later, but for now, just make it really, really easy. RSVP and get a solid place on the list, yourself and a +1, jasonelliscanada at gmail.com. That's 1 month away. We've been talking about doing it for a decade.
It's huge. And this is it. All those people that go to Ellis Band, oh, what are you going to come up here? What the fuck is that going to do? Well, now you can go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you guys. Yeah. Everybody, can you put the email up on the screen?
Yeah, I can put it up right now.
Because Canadians, they like to read the screen while they're driving.
It's going to be weird when everybody finds out that Will has been doing the Kevin and Betsy character this whole time.
No, it's going to freak people the fuck out when they find out Betsy's a man. Will Pendarvis, to be exact. That's it's truly a side though. His face changes completely.
Oh, no, he becomes the character. It's
Yeah.
it's really an impressive thing to see.
Yeah, and of course, Kevin died years ago. Will does that guy too.
No, to be clear, there used to be a Kevin.
Yeah. It's not complete. Yeah.
But the show must go on.
I mean, what are we gonna do? People love the cum tide, you know. Will was like, I got this.
There's a guy,
right, Will?
Yeah.
Right, Will? Fucking Will! You can handle cum tide, right? Oh my god. Don't forget about it. Forget about it. I was trying to get you to do a cum tide for me. I know. Yeah. Try now. It's alright. It's great. No, you're good. Yeah, no, he knows he's screenplay. I mean, that's high level. He can do both at the same time.
It's amazing. He can insult himself and laugh back at himself all at the same time.
Yeah.
He could drink a glass of water at the same time.
He's doing 3 people right now while he's drinking a glass of water. True talent. Come get tickets free right now.
There is some news out of Canada of the hockey variety. There's a guy. Well, he plays for the Boston Bruins, but it's
would he be originally from Australia?
Is he?
No, that guy's awesome.
I was going to say because I have not received many DMs about that.
About a Canadian Australian hockey player in Canada.
Yeah. Another reason why that shit better fucking sell out right now, everybody, because you talk a mean game, Canada. Let's go.
There is an NHL player, plays for the Boston Bruins, who has been told he must stop licking his opponents.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, if he's doing it all the time, that's going too far.
I think he's done it twice.
Oh, that's not that much. Man, they caught him both times, huh?
Well, the first time they were like, seriously, don't fucking lick people.
What kind of a lick was it? Face lick?
Yeah, it's like a pretty insulting.
No.
I think he's like trying to bait people into hitting him.
Yeah, ew.
He's an absolute asshole. Like just you hate him.
God, I hate people like that. Alright, good for him.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he needs to be punched in the face.
That's, I think, what he was trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
It's not clear.
Yeah, I don't understand why everyone doesn't just give it to him. Fuck the game. Punch him in the face.
Jurors in a case in New York City, I think in Brooklyn, are getting sick of hearing about the defendant's humongous, smelly penis.
Why would you need to bring up how humongous and smelly it is more than once?
Because he is accused of sex assault.
Yeah, but why do you need to keep saying that it's huge and stinky, or is he saying that?
No, because when women testify against him and say that he did gross stuff and forced them to perform oral sex, it's a natural question to say, are there any identifying characteristics about his penis that would make it obvious that you had seen it in real life?
Well, look, the jurors that's your job. You've got to hear the bad stuff, and you've got to, you've got to dish out the punishment to this man.
It was so big, I wanted to throw up, a former inmate testified. It had a smell like he didn't wash or take a shower. A really strong smell. And while one juror buried her face in her hands to try to get away from this testimony, the assistant U.S. attorney persisted. Can you describe what his penis looked like?
Oh, come on.
It's big, she said. Fat. And then he said, is there anything unusual about it? And she said, when it moved forward, there was a little piece hanging off.
Ew! What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, the world.
And this isn't the first witness who has described his penis for the jurors. Another woman also accusing him of similar illegal grossness said he wasn't circumcised. It was big, and it was like a hook.
No, man.
It was humongous, and it curved.
I'm not sure why we're doing this.
The 38-year-old added, if it didn't stink, I would have been all over that shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, man. Wait, what? Somebody said that?
Yeah. Well, at least according to the New York Post. Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's a mean comment. I mean, when I say mean, I mean tough, mean. It's just they exist in a mean street.
Yeah. That lady is,
Speaking of mean streets, remember that girl that we talked about that, like, Kim Kardashian tried to pay for her lawyer or something because she killed the person that held her a sex slave for a long time? Excuse me. And then they put her in jail for 50 years or some shit.
Is this the lady that she's trying to get a pardon?
Yeah. And then there's that guy that got caught where he was like a sex trafficking guy for like 20 years and he raped all those people. And he got 20 years.
I don't know anything about that guy.
The old man that I was talking about the other day where they caught him for all those crazy sex crimes that he did for like years and years. And they finally got him. And then he's doing 20 years for all his sex crimes. I think that's what it said.
Yeah, it's for sure definitely not fair. If you looked at everybody's punishment, they would be there. There's some wild inconsistencies.
I guess that little girl that was a sex slave that shot her, the dude that kept her, is getting another hearing and does have a chance to get out. But still, in the meantime, I don't know how many years it's been already, where she just got boom, 50 years for shooting your what do you call it when you're
a John?
Well, you know what I mean, when somebody has kept you for like years and years, like when you're a slave owner or something. What is that?
Well, it depends on how you got them.
Sex slave owner?
Or your
a human trafficker,
your captor. I mean, it really depends on how you.
Yeah, but I guess she murdered him.
Right.
And that's how she got out of the game, and she goes into jail for it. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but still, I think you should be allowed to kill your captor, or at least not do. Once they figure it out.
It's very, very, very crazy because you could spend the rest of your life reading up about people who are in jail who all signs point to their evidence, or people who did something that we can all agree is not that bad and who nonetheless are serving some, minimum mandatory for decades. And then you can also find, like, didn't the affluenza kid end up walking?
Yeah, that just happened within the last.
Well, I don't know what's happening.
The kid who, what did he get drunk and mow somebody down, and his lawyers successfully argued that he'd been raised as such a spoiled brat that he basically didn't know. It wasn't his fault. He didn't know right from wrong.
He did get off?
I believe so.
And then he escaped to Mexico, where I think the mom ordered like pizza, and people tracked him down that way and then brought him back. It's been a case for a number of years now.
Oh, wait, so he tried to flee, so that means he doesn't get off, right?
But I thought there were...
Most recently, he's out.
Yeah, right. No, I think that there's been multiple trials. I think the most recent thing, and there may be another appeal or something, but if I'm not mistaken, the most recent trial, he was found not guilty by reason of affluenza.
Oh, okay. I'm with you, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, that's not cool.
No, it's not. It's not. We should all, paint our faces and go to war.
Well, you may have been right yesterday that we may all be put out of our misery sometime soon if a super volcano pops in Yellowstone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I believe the movie with John Cusack describes it best.
2012?
That's right, 2012, where it comes out of that park and it's an absolute shitstorm, Michael. And the crust starts ripping apart. The president stays. He's black again.
I saw that.
But he dies and he stays.
Right.
Ship lands on him. Spoiler alert. Huge ship. Biggest ship I've ever seen land on a person. Kind of crazy. U.S. battleship landed on the president. Irony.
Yeah, I think you do have to do that.
He did. He had to go down with the ship.
Right. Yeah, I watched Darkest Hour, the Winston Churchill thing, and spoiler alert,
He does.
the king of England, or I think he's the king. The prince doesn't matter. He's the highest ranking royal dude. Is like they're like, you should probably get out of here because this place is going to be, bombed to fuck. And then he's in the movie. It looks like he's probably going to do that. And they're like, it's important. Right. It's important to keep the king alive as a symbol. Dragons. Yeah, and he thinks about it, and I almost feel like it's easier in that regard because you just say, well, this is. I think if you can think of yourself as part of a larger cause, that's one of the reasons why people are able to commit themselves to risking their life in wars, because they believe it's a larger cause than themselves. Yep. And I think, in a weird sort of way, it would be comforting to be like, I'm the king of England. I stand in my castle, and I get freaky, and I do a bunch of blow, and I have a nonstop sex orgy, and when the bomb comes, me and these prostitutes are going to die.
That's real.
For England.
I mean, those prostitutes were going to die anyway. At least they get to suck you off before it goes.
They'll do the finest Peruvian flake.
Yes, don't forget the Peruvian flake.
So it seems like we're just about due for this super volcano to destroy the world. It erupted 2.1 million years ago. It erupted 1.3 million years ago. So that's like 800,000 years apart. And then 640,000 years ago.
Do the math, Michael.
So
read between the lines.
Yeah, and this would be like the I think that the volcano scenario. That was a meteor. But anyway, if you blanket the atmosphere of the Earth in ash, then we have a volcanic ice age.
Right, which is what happened when the dinosaurs died.
I think so.
I mean,
everything stops growing.
As far as I know, somebody said that in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Haven't read that one yet.
I'm at this point in my life where there are things that I don't know that I probably didn't used to know, and then I looked them up, and then I knew them, and then I forgot them, and I looked them up again, and then I knew it a second time, and now I've forgotten it for a third time. Where because they say, well, alligators are dinosaurs, or this certain kind of bug is a dinosaur. Yeah. It's not entirely clear to me how, if this thing wiped out life on Earth, some of the dinosaurs lived. But I know there's a very good reason for it that I don't need to learn for a third time just so I can forget for a fourth time.
Only little ones lived, Michael, because the big ones needed more food.
That's definitely part of it. But there were some little dinosaurs that also died. Yeah, for sure that's the big ones. Is because they were so dependent on massive amounts of food.
Like, isn't it like if you were in the water, then you had more of a chance of surviving?
It seems like a lot of them made it. But, like, what about the velociraptor guys in the movies? They're pretty tiny, right? Do they need more food than an alligator? I don't think so.
And then what about ephelins, also known as elephants, if you're an intelligent human being?
Not dinosaurs, technically.
I know, but woolly mammoths were, right?
No.
Okay. Good talk, though.
They're part of the... I think they came later. They're... Like, woolly mammoths lived when, like, man was here running around.
But in Ice Age, woolly mammoths were killed by the Ice Age.
In the actual movie, Ice Age?
Except for one, spoiler alert.
Yeah, Ray Romano.
He survived.
I think they may have taken some liberties. Plus, once again, as always, I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
Right, well, why would Ice Age, the movie, lie? Is my question.
Yeah, there's so many kids who are really depending on that to give them facts.
These days, that was your little history lesson. That taught me a lot. Taught the, you know what I mean, saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths can eventually get along.
And if they can, then can't we all?
That's right.
Yeah.
I see a lot of change.
I think I may have seen part of that one.
Yeah. It might be on TV.
Yeah, thank goodness we... Dude,
What, bro?
I tweeted about this the other day, but I cannot explain to my kid what a television station is.
What do you mean?
He doesn't get it.
Wait, you don't have one to show him?
No, we do.
Well, then can't you just say that's what it is?
He doesn't understand what the difference is between... Okay, so there's like basically three things. There's stuff that's just on demand, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I can watch it anytime I want.
Yeah.
I just go to one of those services, Amazon or whatever, and I boop, 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 Bill and Ted, excellent, and we do it. Right? That's one. Another one is DVR, which is stuff that was on TV at a specific time on a specific channel that I recorded, and I can now watch whenever I want.
Yeah.
And then the third part is there's just TV channels where shit's just happening all the time.
Are you trying to tell me that he doesn't understand live?
Yes.
Because everything is downloadable now?
Yeah.
So he lives in a world where live doesn't matter?
Okay.
Live doesn't make it any better?
Here's how it came up. So I played him Eat It by Weird Al.
Yes.
And he thinks it's the funniest fucking thing ever.
It is.
And he's right. So then the other day he has to hear Eat It again out of nowhere, and I said, do you know what? One of my favorite movies is the Weird Al movie UHF. And I was like, you're kind of at the right age for UHF. Stanley Spadowski, you know, Kramer before Kramer, and there's a game show where people just win humongous fish.
Yep.
Like, he's 6. He's going to love the fuck out of this, you know? And he's like, well, what's it about? And I said, well, this guy, what it is Weird Al's uncle wins a TV station, a shitty TV station in a poker bet, and he gives it to Weird Al. And now Weird Al doesn't want to just show old reruns, he wants to make new TV shows. So I'm like, imagine if some crazy guy got his own TV station. He's like, what's a TV station? I'm like, well, you put all the things on the TV, and he can't understand that there's like one channel is different from another channel. He just understands shows. He doesn't understand channels.
Oh, okay.
And I've tried explaining it to him so many different ways, and I'm completely stumped.
Yeah, but see, that's just like, that's one of those things where he practices the talk of channels and TV more, and then all of a sudden that next bit, because that's another level of understanding television and the way it works. It's kind of like you're trying to work on some sort of jiu-jitsu move, and you're just like, I can't figure it out, and then you go back, forget about it, and then come, and then one day he'll be like, oh, TV stations.
Yeah,
I get it.
And I might be, and it's tough because you don't actually have the. If I had a clicker circle dial on the TV that I could go boop, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I just type in numbers and it changes. And he's like,
what about if you do the channels bump thing? You don't just click up.
He doesn't understand how that's different from me just clicking through a bunch of different on-demand stuff. And I'm like, hey man, you know when we go to basketball games and they're really there, it's happening. Yeah. And you know if we're late, it starts without us. And when it's over, it's over. And then I turn a basketball game on and like, this game is not happening right now. It happened yesterday. And he's like, gotcha.
Right.
And I'm like, so imagine if you just made a thing where you could watch this thing and then after that you could watch this other thing. And he's like, sure, I can watch anything whenever I want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but you don't get to decide. Somebody else decides. And even if you're not watching TV, it's like still happening.
Yeah, no, you're making it confusing. I don't get it anymore now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And maybe I didn't need to really explain it to him, and I could just say this guy makes up a bunch of TV shows.
Yeah.
But I started with the channel, and now I'm finding it very frustrating that I didn't have a TV at my disposal in the beginning, and once I had the television, I was like, oh, okay, now I'll explain a TV channel to you, and I can't do it. He's just like, no, I don't know. And he's smart enough, and he's kind enough that he's like, yeah, and I'm like, do you really get it? And he's like, nah. No,
Well, at least he's honest.
No, I actually have no idea what you're talking about. When are we going to see the fish?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
Wheel of Fish?
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, God. Every single part of that movie is iconic to me.
Right. Wasn't that big of a hit to me.
I saw it in the theater.
I did think the fat videos and shit like that were good, though.
They were great.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We went, because we had a long car drive the other day, so we were just flipping through Spotify for some of his lesser hits.
Yes.
I Think I'm a Clone Now. Damn.
Wow. Man, did I see that? Because that... I mean, I guess he was just pumping them out at one point. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I recall that. As soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh, yes. Because that's high level.
That's rock solid. I'm not sure there was a music video, but the
It
song
sucks
is...
that song's not big enough hit for
I
everyone
know.
else to realize how fucking high level that is. That is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun for the whole family.
Wow.
Speaking of music that is fun for the whole family, Guns N' Roses have decided to remove the song "One in a Million" from forthcoming reissues of. It says.
Yeah.
It says "Appetite for Destruction." There's no reason why it would be on "Appetite." It was on "Lies," the Appetite.
Yeah.
The follow up to "Appetite." But yeah.
Any reason why, Michael?
I think just musically doesn't hold
Right.
up. Doesn't hold up.
Nah, it wasn't there, but it was
It's-
actually a pretty good song.
It's no use to love her. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because they actually really, Used to Love Her was just some silly throwaway, and You're Crazy was just an acoustic version of the song on the album. So the only two really new Guns N' Roses songs on that were fucking Patience and One in a Million. And yeah, you just can't.
No.
It's horrible.
No, I don't understand. Even then, I don't understand what that was.
No, I know.
Like, it was one of those weird things where everybody that had that album had to be drunk and just didn't have time to, like, analyze that. They were, like, too busy listening to the riff or... Because I feel like I would go, wait, what did he... And then, you know what I mean? Running to me, babe. And I'd be like, you shooting star. And then go back into this thing again where I'd be like, because you're talking to people. Like, this is amazing. And then a couple more for it. What? Huh?
No,
Wait.
he doesn't slip it in. It's not like.
And then someone would lean over and be like, relax, dude, Slash is black. And I go, oh, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
They could have used an openly gay member of the band, or at least a bi guy, because there's the one verse that's super homophobic in the worst possible terms.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I forgot about that.
And then there's the bit that's incredibly racist.
Yes.
And that was where, as soon as every album after Appetite, Axl, he's like Mark McGrath, he would kind of anticipate you reacting and react to your reaction before you even had a chance to react.
Yeah.
Because he would say it and go, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I said it.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking blend in.
No.
And Slash, I read some quotes from him. At the time, he was like, hey, man, I just think it's really unfortunate that people, we're just offering a perspective. We're not necessarily saying it's our perspective, but the only reason I regret putting it out there is because, just so much unwanted attention and misunderstanding. And then a couple years later, he's like, yeah, that was really fucked up. I really tried to get Axl not to do that.
Yeah.
He just couldn't talk him out of it.
God, dude, imagine your black friend trying to talk you out of that.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
I'm an artist.
Trust me, we need this. I don't even think he would have been. He would have just said no. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's how he dealt with everything.
That is pretty much about as harsh a rock. Has there ever been a more regrettable song that a band has released?
Not in color TV time. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple back before that it could be pretty bad, but not now.
There's the underage sex ones. Everybody's got their song about like, she's so pretty.
I know, right?
Oh, just
Sweet
turned
16.
13.
Oh shit.
But I still think 1 in a Million is far worse.
Did R. Kelly did interview? I saw a thing like they caught him in the mall and they're saying that his sex slave that used the word like mine, like what was it? Mind control, like she was under control of him, like
Brainwashing.
Yeah, like as if to say like, trust me, she doesn't want to be there, even though she was saying she wanted to be there. I mean, that's got to be to me, the most famous villain that is on the streets today. I can't think of anybody that can be more terrifying. I mean, this guy has a legal, in-your-face, in my opinion, a legal in-your-face sex prostitution racket going for himself.
There are organized...
Come on, guys, get over it. Like, he's telling people, like, you guys are just attacking me, and we're to like 20 years deep now.
The reason why TMZ is asking him about it, I presume, is because I think there were some large, well-publicized, well-organized protests at his shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're, and I think it's in the whole Time's Up, Me Too zeitgeist.
Right, because if you are going to bring up the Me Too thing and then read this guy's, career, you'd want to put him in a way different. He's like I said, he's the worst person. The worst famous person alive.
Oh, he's got to be. Well, that's not...
the worst famous person alive not in jail.
Yeah, not in jail or living in Thailand, like last I checked Gary Glitter is.
Okay, right. Not on the run.
Yeah, the last guy
he's in the mall looking
working
at the TMZ camera going, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With a chick with him that is... are we assuming that she is young?
I don't know that all of his chicks are young, because he's got like a harem, and I kind of picture it being like an old school pimp sort of thing, where there's probably one or two that have been around for a while that are kind of like the den mother, brainwashed slaves. Yeah, there you go. She's an old lady.
Uh-huh.
And she was just captured on camera in LA shopping on vacation free of R. Kelly back in Chicago. So claims would be that she's not brainwashed nor abducted by R. Kelly.
Right. That's the problem with people who have, Stockholm Syndrome or what have you, is if somebody is of legal age and they say, I'm cool, I'm fine, and they're able to walk away from him and, and he doesn't come and taser them, then what can you do, really, until they are willing to, unless you are wrong or they are willing to admit that that they are mentally captive. Because it happens.
Yep.
Fuck, I've known this, thank God, not in my adult life, but when I was a kid, I was raised in a very corny, suburban setting, so we were around mostly like stable family people. But I remember at the fringes some shady dudes with shady wives who, even if the guy wasn't around, they were still worried about him. They didn't need to be in the same room to be living in fear of that guy.
Yeah. He doesn't have anybody underage hanging out with him right now, right? Because I feel like there's always these stories about how so-and-so's been living in his house since she was a certain age.
Yeah.
At this point, in this day and age, he can't have somebody underage in his estate, right? Or is that something that...
I wouldn't assume that.
He'd have to be out of his mind to be going near people that are...
Right. Well, and because you couldn't say... Well, what you could do, though, is, no, if they're living at his house, but what about if they're living at an apartment that he pays for because that's his protege and he's going to make her a big singer and she's 15 and her parents aren't stopping it? Then what do you do?
I'm at this point, if that was the case, somebody would know and then he would be prosecuted now, right?
I just feel like
not?
When we were talking about this stuff, however long ago it was, 6 months ago, that there were some young chicks in the mix. Because if this is just a whole bunch of he's got 22-year-old girlfriends and they're not allowed to leave, I don't remember the details, but I don't know why we would have cared quite so much about that.
Yeah, when was the last time there was somebody that was underage hanging out with him?
Well, it came back into the news because the documentary produced by the BBC said that he was grooming a 14-year-old as his pet, and that was released end of March, early April. So it's been for months, and I think.
So, but was she living with him?
That's not clear from the article. I haven't seen the documentary, but when we talked about this the first time, parents would send welfare checks, would have the state go and check on their kid or whatever who was living at R. Kelly's place, even if they were past the age of 18.
So, and by welfare checks, you mean checking in on their welfare?
Yeah, making sure that they weren't being harmed or
Right.
held against their will.
Because at first I thought you meant that R. Kelly was literally demanding that 14-year-olds' parents send him their welfare checks. That's honestly what I thought you meant. Glad we cleared that up, because that would be truly evil.
No,
He doesn't.
he's not
do
that bad.
No, he definitely doesn't.
I'm glad we covered that. We don't, yeah, we gotta. All right.
Yeah.
Is he fat now?
He's wearing layers.
That'd be cool.
Look at me hanging out, being all normal. As soon as you have to go out in public and do the, like, look at me, I'm normal thing, then you're in Michael Jackson territory. Michael Jackson needed to occasionally remind people that he could act just like a normal human being. I feel like Tom Cruise does that from time to time as well.
No.
Look
See,
at me,
Michael-
I'm eating a hot dog.
See, Michael Jackson. Wait, did Michael Jackson, when he tried to be normal, go to a place and buy the whole place out in his pajamas with a mask on?
No, I think
That's not normal.
When he was trying to be normal, he would go to an award show and make out with Elvis Presley's daughter.
See, R. Kelly looks like he's just at the mall with a jacket on, right? That's pretty normal.
Yeah, he gets chilly just like the rest of us.
Right, it's cold. Man, I look at everyone's just like, let me get a photo with you. Really?
I'm very surprised to see him in the enormous sunglass department.
No, I know, right? I got his number.
We got in some.
Here comes Kelly.
We got in some really great oversized humongous sunglasses.
Please check
You
out.
might like these. We also got these boots. The laces are made out of gold.
I don't know. I've seen enough.
Before you take a break, Jason, just want to give out we're getting a ton of emails for the Canada Tour. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure people who want to go to the show, jasonelliscanada@gmail.com. Tell you going to bed.
Yeah. Monday, June 11th in Vancouver, Tuesday, June 12th in Edmonton, Wednesday, June 13th in Calgary. Reserve your ticket for you and one friend right now by emailing jasonelliscanada@gmail.com. Please make sure and you tell us in the email which city you are planning to attend a show in. 7:30 each of those nights. A free taping of the Jason Ellis Radio Show.
What's up, Canada?
We're at like 150 emails already, so
Okay.
they're coming in. And the guest is here.
Yeah. Are we open to taking a half break?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So where do you want the camera? You're on that arm.
I got it, Betsy.
Okay. It's gonna turn it on. Turn it on. Is it alright if I start recording on this one now?
Mm-hmm.
Craig Ferguson today?
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
You were or you're going?
I am going.
Oh, that's
Right?
cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's really just this person wanted to put their name down, email back that they're in. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna give them a list alphabetized. You have a rejoin, Tully?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Then I will have Matt here once we get back.
So we can take, if this is whatever, we can take a half break with him, right?
Okay. What's 8/24? What date's that?
8/24
Is
is
that August?
Yeah.
You can't be there in August, can you?
It just depends.
August 24th. Wait. 24th, 26th.
It just depends on when the baby comes. I would say if the baby came on its due date, I have no idea what it's.
What's the due date?
The 2nd.
Okay.
I would definitely come out for the Friday show. It would just be whether or not I was there for anything beyond that.
Well, I'm actually thinking about, just because of how much that all is, that if I can, to just have Eric play.
Uh-huh.
To not be such a...
Yeah.
Like, let's all make a fucking extravaganza of Friday so much.
Yeah.
I feel like Eric makes everybody happier. It's easier for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But... Yeah, I mean... You know... I mean, dude, if you want to do the show from here while we're there on Thursday, I'm not trying to...
No, I got it.
I'm trying to make everybody happy, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight. I can tell how much the Hard Rock are trying to push me to do it right now, and I'm like, I could just piss them off and be like, no, you know what I mean, October.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like I've always wanted it in summer.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And I don't know. We got my mother-in-law living with me. I don't know.
Right. It could be an easy one. It could be a bad one. Too.
Exactly.
Like,
I think I'm
sure
gonna.
it'll be easy.
No, I think like a week out, I'll know for sure what I can do.
No worries.
So we might. You're ready for another way, yeah.
Jason Ellis on Faction Talk.
Quitting drugs is the worst thing I ever did. Pretty hideous. I mean, I got a terrible life. You underestimated me. Let's just go smoke weed and fight. You're listening to the Jason Ellis Show.
27 years after their last bogus journey, Ted Theodore Logan and Bill S. Preston Esquire will be back in a third Bill and Ted movie.
That's awesome.
You know what I dislike about it? I know that I'm the lowest level of enthusiastic that I could possibly be.
Yeah, because you don't smoke weed.
No. I'm the lowest level of enthusiastic I could possibly be and still want to go see it. That's what bums me out about it, is I don't really care, but I'll definitely watch it.
No, because there's so many reasons to watch it. You don't know. You're not watching it, and none of them are because you like Bill and Ted's bogus whatever. It's because I want to see Keanu Reeves, most successful Hollywood actor in the world, talk to fucking Bill. Or is he Ted?
I don't know which.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
But I want to see him interact and be like, man, your life was completely normal. Hey, your life was fucking out of control. Okay, action.
And I want to
watch that for an hour and a half, no problem.
And I want to see Keanu dragged back to the thing he has spent so many
decades
successfully getting away from.
Oh, yeah, he might be bad at it now.
It's like they brought back Cheers.
Well,
and Woody just shows up and plays Woody.
Ooh, which he should do.
Yeah.
Not too late.
No. Before it gets too late, however, we should talk to our guest. God, I feel like Andrew. That's terrible.
I didn't know he was here. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was good. All right, mate. How are you? We have a lot of exciting things happening.
Yeah.
Get all at the same time. You're pretty big, makes sense. Lift a lot of stuff.
I'm a heavy guy. Gravity's been a friend.
You don't look as you're one of those people that doesn't. I think he's bigger than he looks. You know what I mean?
Want to just take guesses on it?
Yeah. All right, what are you? 300 pounds?
No.
So
I've been 300 pounds before.
Wait, were you a big fat person or are you on steroids?
Now more steroids than when I was competing.
Humor. I like that. Well, you don't really have steroids, right?
What, in me currently?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. Cool.
Well, I mean, HRT from the doctor, but yeah, still steroids.
What'd you say? HRT?
Yeah, HRT.
What's
So,
HRT?
Hormone replacement therapy.
I think I'm on that.
Yeah, you're on testosterone.
I need more than what I'm taking just by looking at you. I need more.
How much are you taking?
1 IU. Is that what you say? What do you say?
CC, milligram?
See, one. Yeah, one. You know what it says? It goes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
One.
So you take one, how often?
Once a week.
I take slightly more than that.
Right. But I'm old.
Fair. Yeah.
You're not.
Still young, yeah, but my natural test is dog shit, so.
Is that because you're a weightlifting maniac?
Maybe. I don't know what caused it to be bad, but it's bad.
Real quick, let's let everybody know you are Matt Vincent.
I am,
and
yeah.
welcome to the show. And did you ever test at a normal range?
Yeah, so competed in the Highland Games and did that for about 10 years. And so when I turned 30, I'm 35 now, I just got blood work done to see. And my natural test levels at that time were like an 80.
Dude,
you're between 300 and 1300.
You know, I know you're pretty much in a support group right now. We've all had that conversation.
Yeah,
you're looking at the lowest testosterone show on Sirius XM.
That's great.
But
a doctor told me,
but not anymore, my friend.
A doctor told me that I had castration level testosterone, and then that's a literal phrase. And then Jason got tested and was lower than
that. He said you had the testosterone of a 90-year-old man,
no,
and I'm like, what? That's crazy. Because I just had a fight, and he was like. Yeah, well, that and because I stopped taking it.
Oh, that's a bad move.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's no good when you come off too long.
Yeah.
You feel real shit.
And it's too late, because by the time you feel the effects, You should have been taking that a long time ago.
Yeah, because it's not like take a shot and you feel better that
Yeah,
afternoon. It's
yes.
not that type of drug. It's one of those that compounds over 6 months or 8 months or forever taking it.
I won't learn until it's a giant mistake, Matt, and that's just the way I roll. So I made a giant mistake, and now I know. But so you, a younger guy who obviously is, I mean, you got natural power, right? If you're finding this,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you work fucking hard at what you do, but you must be naturally
Yeah, I would say pretty gifted as far as being able to move weights.
right. And how did you discover that?
So I got a track and field scholarship to LSU in college and did shot put, discus, and hammer.
Oh, okay.
For 5
See,
years.
I'm from Australia, so I'm not real super familiar with. So you can actually throw the rocks
Yeah.
and get an education from that.
That's apparently, yeah.
Fuck, that's
I don't
awesome.
know how much education I got, but I went long enough. They gave
No,
me a
but you
sheet
gave-
of paper. I don't have to go anymore.
Right, the thing that you get. Like, I thought you only got it from basketball and football. You can get it from throwing rocks as well.
Well, look, it's not quite the same as being on a football scholarship.
What's the
but-
difference?
Well, no one gives a shit.
But you still get it.
But school's paid for.
Like you actually had to go to class and stuff, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, there wasn't a future for track and field with me. Like, I wasn't able to kid myself of like, oh, the Olympics are going to work out. This will be great.
But that means that you did it with no. The only reason you did it is because you love it.
Yeah, I really, really like throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell of it. Yeah, and then was able to not be a good enough thrower in college that I should pursue the Olympics.
Okay.
But real average in 3 events.
Okay.
And so that turned really good into doing the Scottish Highland Games. So I did that for 10 years and was able to win 2 world titles.
And is that financially a good thing or not? Really?
It pays better than any other hobby I would have had. I would say the years that I was good at it, you make 30 grand or so and get
Okay.
to travel around the world and hang out with your buddies and fuck off.
Right. When you're all into the same shit.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's a good time.
It's a fun time.
It's a bunch of goons traveling around making fun of each other.
But now, knowing the way that the world is, there's a bunch of people that have sort of gathered around. I would say CrossFit, and then the MMA thing, and then then people start figuring out that they're training with kettlebells, and then Honor. I see you're sponsored by Honor,
Yeah.
same as I am.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Right. So then there's all these, because all MMA guys are like, hey, kettlebell workouts. I mean, I remember when I first started training 10 years ago at Team Quest. I'm like, what the hell's this thing? Like, you swing it like this, and which would mean. Until that day, I wouldn't have given a fuck about somebody throwing that thing around because I don't understand what it is.
Right.
But but everybody knows what they are now.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with the Highland Games, right? And like, while it'll never have like a certain level of popularity, is like it doesn't translate. Because I mean, like the rock we throw, right, only weighs 16 pounds, or we throw a thing called a weight for distance, and it's 56 pounds, and you're gonna spin around and throw it with one hand. So
Okay.
and you've got a 50-pound kettlebell, something in that range.
Yeah.
And like, so when I was good at that, I mean, I would throw 47, 48 feet.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And
But
then
that's-
the telephone pole's the event that everybody knows, the
See,
caber.
Yeah, I feel like this does translate because I've always kind of found it hard to care about some guy who trains in lycra and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing the Olympics. This is like Braveheart. This is we're out in a field and there's bagpipes and we're drinking beer and.
You're not
Exactly.
drinking beer.
Absolutely.
Well, you're not drinking beer, but
You are?
Yeah.
The whole time?
Not the whole time, but I'd say starting about noon, we're going to have a couple in you.
I respect that.
And now look, the huge guy in the kilt's going to throw some rocks. Like I feel like this has natural
yell a bunch
built-in
and-
appeal.
Is there anybody that wins that doesn't drink beer?
Yeah.
That's
my,
bullshit.
My number one nemesis the
What?
whole time I competed is no drink ever, doesn't curse, doesn't...
Oh, what a pussy.
Ew.
Yeah.
What's he like, Swedish or something?
No, he's from Kansas.
Does he not know what the games is about, though? Like,
He's 5 kids and travels home immediately after a game to Sunday school teach.
That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? Like,
It wasn't for me.
No.
It was for hanging out with the boys.
I haven't even been,
and
and I'm telling you, it's not for me. I'm against this guy.
It's like Christian rock. It's the exact same thing, but completely misses the point.
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's rock.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. It's
We
rock.
can all just agree not to tell these guys their shit, right? Because they are singing about God.
Yeah.
Well, we told them no shit.
No, we I would say the top 10 of us, right? Like there were probably
Top 10 of you drunk and one sober guy winning all the time.
Yeah, he and I went back and forth quite a bit.
Right.
Um,
Obviously, sometimes God won, sometimes the devil
sometimes,
won.
yeah, it was a very light and dark.
Like life,
time.
really. Like, yeah.
But I had a really good time with it. And
Right, and he had a really bad time because he was all sober and he was like
Yeah.
making babies. changing diapers, and you were just like, hell yeah, breaking bottles and
Basically.
yeah, strip clubs and shit,
Yeah, showing up with a headache for day 2 if we were competing.
and still beating him sometimes, which must have
Sometimes.
burnt even harder.
Probably a little bit.
Yeah, no, I can relate. I just didn't really win, but I can relate in a roundabout way.
Yeah, this sounds
Right
somewhat
on.
similar to your skate career.
Right? Just didn't win. Just I don't have a. bunch
Look,
of
I snuck
championships.
it out twice. I was able to pull it off twice and stay in the top 1 or 2 the rest of the time that I did it.
So now I would feel like because of all your background and how good you are at all this shit, and everybody's trying to tag along on how to throw and jump and carry shit.
Yeah.
Now you'd be hotcakes now. Like everyone like, ooh, and you'd have all these CrossFit chicks that are just like,
CrossFit
oh.
chicks aren't really into the fat guys in skirts. Or kilts.
Yeah, but you're not really a fat guy.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but I know, but you're a celebrity from that.
Celebrity's a stretch of that term.
I see all the fun, everything you can pick up. Every CrossFit chick that does the kettlebell thing sees a photo of him and goes, "Fuck," because you can grab all the kettlebells that what normal people would consider idiotic. Because I'm sponsored by Honor, and sometimes they send me shit where I'm like, oh, I don't even want to put. Who's gonna pick it up and put it in my fucking house?
Yeah, none of them are terribly heavy.
Yeah, but to you, they're not terribly heavy, because I think the ones that do we have any left, or did I get them out of here yet? There's one here that I haven't got out of here because I can't pick it up and take it out of here.
Do you want it?
Do I want
You
it?
want
I
it?
fucking don't live in California.
No,
I didn't get that.
but
home.
Thought you might just carry it home
No,
with you.
Oh, it's the worst.
Bring it on the plane.
I put 2 on a trolley the other day, didn't I?
That's what I did with trophies. Like we'd show up at events and win or something. They'd give you some big fucking stupid trophy. I'm like, what exactly would you like me to do with
Take
it?
it on the plane.
Nah.
Oh, man, that was the first time I won a giant trophy. I took that shit
Just
immediately.
sat in the chair
Oh, fuck
with you.
yeah. Fuck yeah. They were like, you got to put it up in the thing. And I was like, this is the Australasian High-Air Championships. Like, you don't just put this in the hype and then
I got a trophy at an event, and it's really rad. I ended up just giving it to one of my sponsors, but it was like this granite base that's probably 18 inches long and a foot wide, weighs 60 pounds.
Well, Kevin, you just carried that in.
Yeah.
It's not fun, though.
Can you pick that up with one arm?
I highly doubt it.
Like off the ground?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
you could, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no
you do
idea
it?
what it weighs, and I assume yes.
Kevin, can you try and pick it up off the ground?
Good, back. Do the twisting motion.
Oh, you did
I
it.
used my back, though.
Can you pick it up above your head?
I'm not going to try that.
Why not?
I'll hurt myself.
It's only got the one head.
I've been stagnant too long.
All right.
I feel I'll fuck myself up if I
Do
try
you think
that.
that's good advice, Matt? If you
I don't think that's where you should start.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Start lower than there.
You've seen guys get really fucked up doing
I've
Highland Games
definitely
stuff.
seen some ugly stuff. I saw a guy get hit by a hammer. That's really lame.
Wait, what do you
one
mean?
in the shin. So one of the events we throw is like either a 16 or a 22-pound ball on the end of a stick, and you spin it around and you throw it 140 feet.
Yeah.
So if it one hops into you, it's fucking bad time.
Yeah.
So I saw a guy take one mid shin.
Wow.
Basically, the bottom half just went the wrong direction.
Wow.
That one, the caber is the one that most of the time will fucking wreck people. Is the big telephone pole.
Why? Because you drop it on yourself?
Yeah, because so if it gets out of balance, right? People will make a mistake of like thinking they're gonna just guide it down and be cool.
Yeah.
Or if it falls forward and the base hits first, it's gonna shit whip back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's a good way to catch it on your arm or collarbone.
right.
And real cool way to go to the hospital.
Right.
I saw someone throw a 56-pound weight for height and take it in the head.
Oh,
And in my opinion, look, if you're not a good enough athlete to release something from your hand and not be killed by it, maybe this isn't the sport.
Yeah, but it's like thrilling to do stupid shit.
Of course.
You gotta look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
well, it's like my buddy is a chef, and he said that every chef has like 1 or 2 pretty good scars or burns because that's what you get along the way. But once you go beyond 1 or 2 pretty good scars or burns, that's your cue that you need to get out of that line of work.
Stop doing
No,
that.
Yeah.
part.
no, that's what
It's time to
separates.
dial in, man. That's when you really push forward.
I was gonna say that's the one that separates us. That's right.
Not a
You gotta
lot
go
of
for it.
four-fingered chefs. You gotta think about how to market this thing.
So what's the worst injury you've had from doing this shit?
I got a knee that doesn't work at all anymore.
And that's from one thing?
So most of the time I competed, I did it without an ACL,
Okay, yeah.
and then I eventually tore a meniscus. And
Yeah.
at the end of 2016, decided to sort my shit out and have surgery and fix it. And then that was 7 knee surgeries later, and it's just worse. I should just retired, but I
Right.
wouldn't have.
Oh, right. So
Yeah, good looking.
you kept doing lifting shit with a bad knee.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then
So otherwise,
tried to be smart and fix it, but the surgeries didn't help.
have you heard of the stem cell thing?
I have.
What do they say to you?
I did stem cell the last surgery I did.
Okay.
So they seem to. I mean, I don't know how much worse it would be if I didn't do them,
Okay.
but it ain't fucking great.
Right.
I think they do a really good job of fixing soft tissue injuries.
Okay.
I don't know how much they fix bone.
Okay. Wait, so you have like a... Wait, what's wrong with your knee?
All right, so I don't have. So we did 3 ACL surgeries and none of them took.
Yeah, okay.
So the tendon just never healed in, right? So
Yeah.
it just disappeared.
Is this never healed because you got it sewn on and you lifted shit?
I
and
didn't
it
do
broke?
anything. I
Okay.
fucking chilled.
You just...
Yeah, I was
just
like, fuck it,
checking.
we'll just lay on the couch and be smart here. I chose to have this surgery.
Okay, alright.
And then because of that and like not having cartilage on the inside of the knee, we did another surgery called a high tibial osteotomy. So doctor go in and he's like, oh, it's real simple wedge procedure, and it'll just unweight the inside of your knee and put the weight on the outside of your knee where you've got cartilage and good stuff. And then I was like, can you explain that a hair better?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, so we'll go into your tibia and cut a slice like 90% of the way through your bone and then wedge it open to change the angle of your leg. And then we let it heal. I'm like, oh, worst thing ever. That's what you just said. Cool.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Yeah, I've had, what was it, bone graft things grinded off because I had shin splints. And that was out of all, because I've broken, I don't know, like over 20 bones. And that was out of all the, I had knee surgery, ankle surgery, all the things that took the longest to heal. It just ached for the longest time. And I remember thinking, not the doctor telling me, just thinking, I wonder if it's them grinding bone and the nerve around it, because my body was just like, hey, remember that surgery like 3 months ago? I'm like, really, dude, 3 in the morning 3 months ago? That's stupid, because in the middle of the day it didn't even hurt.
I'm 8 months out of the last surgery I had, and my knee's still just dog shit.
To like even walk around like on it.
Stairs are super lame, but like I can walk now most of the time. I had a window in there like after the 3rd or 4th surgery, the shit was bad.
Yeah.
And so that's like a big priority change I had of like, oh, we're not competing again. We need to be out of pain.
Yeah,
Let's fucking sort that first before we ever consider any of this other shit.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's like the first issue I've every time I ever dealt with like chronic pain.
Right.
And like, nah, that ain't gonna
No,
work.
it changes everything. I can relate. I've had a lot of injuries in my life that would stop me from doing sports and jumping and doing really stupid shit, or what other people would consider stupid shit.
Sure.
And that was not. I'm trying to get better or find doctors to fix stuff so I can continue to do that. But then when it started to hurt from not falling off anything, that was when I became a lot more serious about getting fixed. Like I'm doing stem cell. My executive producer is stem celled out yesterday and is fucking on the chair. Like,
fucking good for him, dude.
Yeah, so you feel great, right? Walking.
Just a little sore, but nothing like outside of if I played basketball on like asphalt for 2 hours sore.
Oh.
Because of how mangled you are before you went in there. Right.
I mean, I think I'll eventually get there.
Right, because it looks like, so you're still training a little bit, right?
Yeah, of course. I like lifting.
Right.
I mean, still the barbell's cool. I still like lifting heavy stuff. I mean, I'm broken, but I mean, I can still bench, squat, and deadlift pretty decently.
And how do you deal with the pain? You don't get drunk all the time, are you?
No, I really don't drink anymore.
Okay.
Except
for that photo with the
right there.
with the beard.
That was last year in September. No fucking big deal right there. I was working. I was working.
Okay. Right.
I was announcing at that game.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
but what do you do?
Mostly marijuana now.
Okay.
Switch gears to that.
The
Because I
CBD?
really don't like Vicodins. I do, CBD has been great, and then THC usually at night will put me to sleep.
Right. Yeah, because it's funny, the CBD thing, I've been getting on that because I did, I got swollen and I started doing the ibuprofen. It's funny because I asked the doctor if I could get 800 milligram ibuprofen. He's like, he's like, you realize you can just go to this store and just get and take 2. He didn't say fucking idiot, but I knew he meant it. And I was like, oh man, why was I trying to make that appointment? And then people just kept swearing about it, but the wrong people like Nate Diaz is like, CBD will reduce the swell. I'm like, you're fucking high, I know what you're doing. But I need other, I
mean, look, I think if you're not taking care of the other shit, right, like if your diet's not on point and the rest of it, the CBD is only going to do so much. But if you're doing the right things, I think the CBD can make that nice big difference at the end.
And is your diet different?
Yeah, so when I stopped being fat and throwing and went to trying to be less fat and disgusting, I went to more of a ketogenic style, so
What is ketogenic?
So high fat, moderate protein, no carbohydrates.
Break it down even more.
So about 70% of my intake is going to be fat.
But
Yeah,
good
so
fat.
eat the hot dog, not the bun.
Correct. Or eat the eat
No.
ground meat.
Yeah,
bread.
no, I know.
I was gonna-
Yeah.
So explain a little bit like a
So
morning-
standard meal for me, right,
Yeah.
would be about 8 ounces to 10 ounces of ribeye and an avocado.
in the morning.
No, that would be like lunch. I'll intermittent fast now, but when I was doing it, like I would just do MCT oil in my coffee or butter.
That's your breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do a steak at lunch, and then at some point after that, repeat usually another ribeye and an avocado.
Okay.
Yeah.
The more you lift, the more hungry you get, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. More out, but
Didn't I read that you eat a lot of Subway? Is that not a recent quote?
that would have been a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when so in the previous life when I had a regular normal job doing outside sales, a lot of Subway. I can't fucking do it anymore. And like that would be go in and be like, I need a spinach salad and 4 chicken breast. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. I'm like, you have fucking hands and I have money. Charge me whatever the fuck you want. Put those in that bowl.
I want that show. I want to be a fly on the wall for that. Every time he goes there, that he has to like get frisky with them about.
Just
Hey,
throw
man.
the fucking bread in the
'Cause
garbage.
they do it. You're right.
Oh
they
my
have.
God, dude. I don't care what you charge me. Just push the fucking button.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know. Yeah, I remember Adam Carolla talking about it. He went to some place and they had like spicy chicken and like mild chicken. He's like, I'll take half and half. And they're like, no, you absolutely must choose. And he got his car and drove to another
Right.
location where they would do it for him. Because like, fuck
Horseshit.
you've got it. You know.
It's just fucking infuriating. Like you're still a person working back there,
Yeah.
right? Like fucking make that happen.
Sometimes I think we don't have our greatest minds working in Subway.
Yeah, that's
How
the
dare
thing I've
you,
read a lot
Michael.
about. You know, that's not the brain trust that Elon Musk is hiring to help shoot rockets at Mars.
No.
So maybe you might have done a lot of. Did you do steroids when you were throwing shit?
No, we were drug
Okay.
tested.
Okay,
So we got drug tested probably 6 or 7 times a year.
but you're super big, and you would have been putting a lot of pressure on your heart. Or no?
I
Were you
mean,
that big?
like
and-
my biggest, I'm 290.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't crazy big. I was smaller compared to the guys I'm competing against. Most of the guys are 6'4"-ish, 310.
And that wouldn't. Do you think that helped, or that would make it harder when you're bigger? Because it's not like jujitsu. There's no,
I would have
like,
preferred to have been another 4 inches taller, but still be fast and agile and do
Okay.
things I could do technically.
Okay, so I just
So-
feel like the bigger they are, you tend to slow down your ability to do
Correct.
little spinny.
Yeah,
things and
depending
stuff.
on what the sport is, right? Like I did
Right.
strongman for a while and realized I just don't have the skeleton for it.
Oh.
I'm just not going to be fucking big enough.
Oh, okay, because they're like giant people.
Yeah, well, like the guy who just won is a buddy, and he just won World's Strongest Man, and he's 6'10", 440 pounds.
He's on
6'10".
steroids.
I would say there's a fair chance of that. I mean,
Wait.
I feel like anybody who's ever been the world's strongest man, it's
I think that's a safe bet. I think that's fucking part of the deal, dude. I spent a weekend with him in Iceland. And
Did he ever get very angry?
No, he's a great guy, but the amount of fucking food they consume.
What's
just
it
shakes
like?
you. So, like being there for like 5 days, right? Like went to the store with him, and he bought a 50-pound bag of rice and like 45 pounds of ground meat. And he's like, all right, cool. I'm like, fuck that.
Wait,
That was for 5 days.
Oh my god!
It's just like his alarm, his watch goes off every 2 hours to eat.
I was
And
gonna
it's just
say
3 cups of rice and a pound of ground meat, and he just shovels it in.
because it's got to be
Yeah,
really
that guy's
hard work
440 pounds with abs.
to maintain that.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be a. I mean, how's he sleep? Is he a kind of guy that would drink and go to a nightclub, or
No, he doesn't drink at all.
he couldn't be, right?
No, he can't go to the nightclub.
Because he's so he goes to sleep early and it's just up and
That's all he does is
Just-
lift. If you're going to pursue World's Strongest Man, that's now become your gig. Like, this needs to be pursued like a full-time job. Luckily, the Highland Games, we didn't have to train that hard.
why is that?
Because it's such a technical sport, right? That nothing we throw is really heavy in the grand scheme of heavy. We're talking about 50 fucking pounds or 100 pounds for the caber.
So
this
in a
isn't heavy.
so it's kind of better, really.
Yeah, so
'Cause
the
there's more skill
faster
in
I
it.
can move, exactly. And that's why a guy my size could be good at it. Whereas I'm too big to be good at CrossFit, and I'm not big enough to do this. I mean, even at my best, right, when I was 290, say I could deadlift 700 pounds. I mean, Hafthor
What?
deadlifts 950, which is
Okay.
just barely double body weight.
and that's the mountain. From
yeah,
Game
yeah,
of
yeah,
Thrones.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's who we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, he's a real deal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a deadlift there with like 11-10.
Is he like super mean to women and shit?
I don't think so.
He doesn't like eat people or anything. Like, does he like push people out of the way and stuff?
No, he's
like a friendly person.
Fucking really nice, man.
Can he like hold a puppy and not kill it?
Yeah, he's got a really tiny like little Pomeranian.
No, he doesn't.
Of course he does. Yeah.
He has a Pomeranian.
Yeah, called Asterix.
Nobody's fucking with that Pomeranian.
No, the most terrified animal on earth.
No, he's a good dude, man.
Good for him.
Look at that before picture of him there on the right. Yeah.
Okay, he might have done steroids.
Yeah. So he
You've
got
gotta
out of
be-
playing
wait,
basketball.
He was a normal looking
Yeah,
person.
so he's still 6'10". He got out of playing basketball, got into strongman, and like in 18 months he put on 100 kilos of body weight, 220 pounds.
Yeah, it's easy to see how it gets addictive when you start seeing the results. I
mean, he got big and fat at first.
Oh, okay.
And then
Is that how it
slowly
works?
changed. Yeah, if you're gonna put on 200 fucking pounds in 18 months, like it's not gonna be pretty. You're gonna look like mashed potatoes in a sock. Like it's not ideal. You may be real fucking strong, but
So that's what it looked like at first.
yeah, he was just.
Because
a big guy.
what's the big belly thing? I always thought it was because you were doing steroids, but that's like, is that like maybe
No,
you just started?
I think the big belly thing comes from. I mean, it just depends on what you're training for. Like these guys aren't training to suck in the way a bodybuilder does, and so much is going to be done with support through the middle for heavy lifting.
Okay, yeah.
That you're gonna have
Okay.
a belly.
Okay. Well, so that's just like more
Just
muscle,
abs.
really, right?
Yeah. I mean, it fucking amazes me, right, that people want to do sit-ups to have less of a stomach. Because
Yeah, right.
you can make sense of this, right? If I was to do a bunch of bicep curls, my arms get bigger.
Yeah.
You think those muscles are different? That like if you do a bunch of those, there's less of it.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. That goes great.
No, I see how. Well, you mean I never.
That's why I never fuck with sit-ups.
I never
No,
got.
don't bother.
I never. I have been interested in it lately.
Fucking witchcraft.
I have like baby shoulders, so I've never been like a dude that takes his shirt off and looks like a super jacked guy. Even when I like cut weight for a fight, I
Right.
just look like I'm super skinny and I have abs.
Well, I don't think it would be ideal for a fight.
To be jacked.
Yeah.
But I don't care about winning.
Oh, okay then.
I want
Then,
to. Yeah, I want to look like I'm jacked, but I feel like I'm 46 and it's too late for me to like put on muscle.
No, you could totally put on muscle.
Do I just? What would be the? Do I have to? I don't want to go to the gym and.
So you don't want to go to the gym?
Oh no! I'll go to my. I want to do kettlebell shit. Can I do that, or do I have to
totally.
go?
I mean, it's still going to be.
I just don't have any
hypertrophy
friends.
work,
No one's
right?
gonna spot me. You know what I mean? I don't want Andrew to spot
Look,
me.
if you want,
It's fucking weird.
you want big muscles, like
Yeah.
like bodybuilder style.
I want to get. I want to get
right?
bigger tits. Did you just bounce your tits at me? Why would you do that at me?
It's just a reflex.
She really is. And you know what I mean? I want.
Nervous twitch.
I want bigger this bit.
Bigger biceps.
That's it. Just because I
Just
know.
to flex the upper
Well, I know
body,
my
not polio
chick.
legs.
My chick wants to fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she's totally allowed to. Like
Nice.
even now, even if he died, she could bang it. I've gone too far. But you know what I mean? I'm allowed whole past 1995.
You just
So I know for her that I mean, like she likes that I've had some fun, so you know that I
Sure,
look like
sure.
a tough guy. But for me, I think that I'm a little bit baby shouldered, and if I was just like a little bit bigger here, that I know that my chick would be way more into it.
I mean,
And I know that it would gas me out more in MMA, but I don't fucking
do
care.
you have little dumbbells, like 25 pound?
Yes.
All right, so you could do side raises.
Yes.
right? So
Yes, I
this,
can.
You can do these.
Yes, I can.
Do like 200 of those a day for the next 5 years.
What?
That'll take care of it.
I need instant gratification.
Oh
though.
shit. Okay.
What, in a year, will I notice a difference?
Yeah.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah. If you did
20 every day. Wait, every day.
200.
200 every day.
Yeah. If that's the muscle you'd like to build, that'll do it. And they're 25. They're not heavy, but like, I mean, do these outside.
Yep.
Do a side lateral raise until
200.
your arms don't lift.
Okay.
And then repeat.
Okay. I understand what.
So
Okay.
that's the hypertrophy work, which I've been really dog shit at. I'm not. I've never trained that way. Anything over 5 reps to me just seems stupid.
Right. Yeah,
So-
that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the gym because if I'm going to the gym, I'm going to go punch somebody in the face. And if I'm going to the gym to lift weights, well, I just waste. Now I don't really have time to go punch anybody in the face.
This is really bad for punching people in the face.
Yeah, I know.
There's
but
too much fucking muscle.
I know, but I just want to look cool to my chick.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Prioritize, my
Yeah.
friend. Yeah.
Just up the test a little bit. Do
not,
more shoulders.
I'm not up. See, that was my next question. With your diet, the way you guys talked about all the meat and stuff you're eating, big people, meat. Now you don't sound like you're like anywhere near plant based or any of that shit.
No, I don't think that's a safe thing to say. I mean, basically my rules are like, did it have a face and is it a green vegetable? Have as much as you want.
Okay. Okay.
No complex carbs.
No.
Right,
No
gotcha.
carbohydrate. No intentional carbohydrates in general. So like, don't fucking eat French fries. No potatoes. No sweet potatoes. No. Even like chicken breast still has fucking carbs in it. So does steak because of glucose left in the muscle. But
Son of a bitch.
they're fucking tricky.
Someday we'll get it out of
They're
there.
tricky bastards.
You just wait, Matt. I'm curious, when you're at LSU doing the stuff that you're doing, doesn't a football coach, like a defensive line coach, ever walk down to you guys and be like, some of you could be defensive ends?
You mean the 6-foot chubby guy that doesn't run fast? No.
Oh, you're not. You
No,
just don't
there's
have
a-
the first
No,
step.
like I was an okay football player in high school. I was all state and got recruited by a couple small schools, but I was a better shot putter.
Gotcha.
And then track practice is pretty fucking mellow. You're traveling with like a co-ed team on weekends, and we have freedom, and we're outside like in
That sounds like a lot
shorts
of fun.
and no shirt and sunglasses, drinking water, throwing a discus. Like it was a good time.
And you're going to, when you go to your competitions, then there's the co-ed team from a bunch of other schools.
Yeah, and the
That's
way it
great.
worked, right? So like
I get
traveling with a track team, like we would get there on a Thursday, and like as the throwers, since they're just trying to fucking get us out of the way before the running events start. Oh, look at that champion!
Looking at a photo of you from the
Hell,
glory
that's
days.
a real bummer, dude. Nothing I love more than seeing fucking decisions 19-year-old me makes. Nice, yeah, right on your arms. You're the best, bud.
You gotta pump yourself up. I get that.
dude, fucking-
I like the evil tattoo.
Yeah.
Lets me know who I'm dealing with.
That's Sharpie marker. That's
No, that makes
cool.
it even more
Yeah,
intense.
it
when
does,
it's a
does,
Sharpie and
yeah.
it's not a real tattoo. You
No,
know,
it would
it's
have
not-
hurt, you know. I don't want to do
No.
the under part of my arm.
This guy's playing for keeps. I mean, until he washes that shit off, obviously.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'd get there like on a Thursday, and then by the time like Friday at noon, we're done throwing, and we don't leave till Sunday.
Beautiful.
So we would just go. Whoever hosted the track meet, like their throwers, it's like your fucking job to have shit for us to do, guys. Let's go barbecue at your house and have some beers and hang out.
Right.
And talk to pretty girls.
And that would work out all right.
Yeah, it was great.
Chicks love dudes that can lift shit, right?
Yeah, probably, which is what kept me from being a really good thrower, is I enjoyed that part of it as much as the rest.
Once again, maybe I could relate to that a little bit. But hey, it's a fun ride, though.
But I'm here, right? Like, right on.
Fun times.
And you got your own brand?
I do, yeah. I started an apparel brand in 2014. I wrote a couple books prior to that about like how to train and lift for the Highland Games, and one of the things I talked about was the idea of the hate. So the hate, kind of the shortest answer for it, is self-motivation through self-loathing. And I've kind of always looked at athletes and doing stuff like your Jerry Rice or whoever like that, and just these guys, despite being really good, were always there at 4 a.m, like still running and doing hill sprints. Like they're willing to outsuffer you. Like that fucking guy hates himself more than I do. So trying to outwork someone like that is really tough. And so that was kind of where the brand came from. Just kind of having the hate of just like, fucking don't listen to your own bullshit. You're not entitled to any of the success. No one owes you anything. Like, you may not be the tallest, the best, or have the genetics, but you can fucking choose your work. You can choose effort. And to be outworked, like, that was a choice.
Yeah, I get that. I forget who it was. I remember reading about some NFL player a couple years ago where he was like a fringe running back or something, and he would go run at like 4:30 in the morning in the off season, and the reason why he did it is because he could tell himself, I know for a fact there's not one other player in the NFL who's doing this right now.
Exactly.
And he thrived on that. And I got and that's why I remember it. I was like, oh, that's an angle. I can see how that could mentally do it for a certain kind of person.
Yeah, and man, I spent the 10 years that I was competitive in the games, like I trained in my garage by myself and then threw in a field by myself. Like, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
So I did it for me.
That's the
Because
real
I
deal.
love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the weirdest part now with the knee being shitty, is that, like, man, I found a thing on Earth that my skill set allowed me to be the best on Earth at, and I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't dabble, I can't throw at all.
There's just no way that they can fix that.
The next move is like knee replacement,
and
then I'm just going to be a shitty thrower.
Okay,
that's
but
a bummer.
there is no. They're not talking about doing. I just feel like everyone's getting so much better. Oh, well, I don't know, man.
This is why I'm holding on before knee replacement. Just give them time to fucking sort this thing out.
It's just so much. They get so much better. Like, I mean, I used to be a pro skateboarder, man. There's a lot of injury. I got PRP for a year straight, and it made
It's awful, by the way.
It is awful, but it made my. I had a MMA fight. Besides that, who cares about the fight? I went to the gym for like a year.
Yeah.
People pulling my arms. And it was okay. So it fixed it. So I remember I told Tony, I cried the first time the doctor said that he's like, we can get your shit to work again, because I had just faced it. I was no longer. I'd already see. I'm ahead of you. I'm older. I wasn't the champion of skateboarding, but I was top 10 in the world.
Yeah, which
I was top 3 for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it ended, man. My body couldn't keep up.
Right.
And there was no talk of it. I mean, there was talk of knee replacement, but they were a Matt Hoffman guy who did a bunch of
no, he's gnarly.
He got dead people put on his leg, and Danny Way, who got dead people put on his leg, and he popped a couple of those, and it sounded like that was for rich, successful athletes. I didn't have the money to do that, so I was like, my knees and my hips, they don't work anymore. My shoulder comes out all the time. I'm just not as good as I used to be. That's the end.
And that's also the same boat that where things. The last time I competed, I took second in the world.
Yeah.
And it was fading. Like I couldn't do the things that I was able to do a few years ago.
From the knee or
from the knee?
Okay.
Yeah, from the knee being beat up, and I think it would have been worse, right? Like had the surgery gone well, and then I was able to right now still be chasing that ghost.
Yeah.
That would have been way worse for me mentally than just being like, you don't get to throw anymore. Fucking, what's the next chapter? Sort your fucking life out.
I really do, as a person that had my body didn't just say no more, it lingered a little bit, and I lingered.
Well, you can kid yourself, because there'll be flashes.
That's exactly what I did.
There'll be a day that it kicks in, and you're like, I fucking got it.
But most of the time, it was embarrassing to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, you should have left, but you're coming back because there's always a chance. There's a little inkling that what if I just make this one thing that it's impossible to make right now, and this guy falls off, and then being heartbroken every year because I wasn't good anymore.
No, and it's different than when.
It's a good thing you did that, because you got your shit.
Yeah, it's good, right? I'm happy. I'm busy doing a variety of things that life now tells people that are our jobs now, which is real fucking weird.
You look, and you're important to, I don't know what community you want to represent, but you're important to all of them. I know you might not
people
like
that
CrossFit
pick up
and
barbells and stuff like that.
But,
they're
but
friends.
it's everybody now. Everybody I know now knows a little bit about it. I've got them in my backyard, and every dickhead will pick it up and do it wrong, but
of course,
they know what you're supposed to. They're like, oh, I know what you do with all these things, or people know now.
As a guy who never got into CrossFit, I remember just feeling about it that this is putting barbells in more people's hands.
Yeah,
I'm on board,
and it's making people, that community is a lot fitter than the average person ever used to be.
My wife has done it for. We've been together for 12 years and now has done CrossFit for the last year and a half.
Yeah,
and it's the community side of it that she's got friends from the gym she's going to go hang out with and work out. Then in the last year she was like, we want to get stronger. And I'm like. Yeah,
no, you're the guy to talk to.
I'm waiting for this.
You guys come to the house on Sundays. We'll fucking do this. And
yeah, that sounds like anybody. That's why I know all the Tate told me about.
Yeah.
He was like, you got to get him on. I'm like, he's on Tuesday.
Oh,
he was like, oh fuck, okay. So, but people like that, they're about being happier with your life while you're here, and I feel like working out, exercise, and eating right. Is I don't want to do it all the time, but if I want to get shit done, that's the only way to do it.
I want this machine to facilitate the lifestyle that I want to have. And I want to be able to, if I wake up and want to go for a fucking hike, or I got a trip coming up in July where we're going to do 16 days on the Grand Canyon, rafting and camping.
Yep.
That's physical.
Yep, you're going to.
I need to
do you wear a knee brace
shape.
when you do shit like that?
Yeah, I'll probably wear a knee gimmick.
Right. Yeah. No, dude, I could so.
Yeah, just enough of one. Either sometimes there's a variety of them that I have. I've got the big fucking stupid one.
I've got a RoboCop one that's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to put this thing on for sure.
Yeah. Or I've just got a neoprene one that feels nice.
Yeah.
You just put some.
You need something on there. It feels.
Yeah, little heat cream you put on it, and the sleeve gets on, and then can forget it hurts for a bit because the skin hurts.
You're worse than me. Is that ringing any bells, Andrew? Is that where you're at, Connor? Yeah.
That boy.
But look, you can't regret it. It was totally worth it.
100%. I'm not here had I not paid that cost. And at the end of that 10 years, like, one of the things I felt was, like, if you told me that I got to have those life experiences and build those friendships and see the world and make all these great things I got to do, as an athlete at the level I was, should not have been able to do. Like, that's a professional track and field thing that I snuck into some fucking loophole of.
It's a good way to look at it.
And, like, if I got to do all that and you said, it's going to cost you your knee, I'd be like, oh, all right.
Right, that's funny. Yeah, it's like the deal with the devil. It's
Yeah,
like
fuck yeah,
he doesn't
cool.
ask for your soul; he just asks for your knee. You're like,
Knee?
oh shit, yeah, where do I
Yeah,
sign?
right on. Yeah, we'll sort it out. People have done better without a knee.
So you got a podcast, huh?
Yeah, called So. Talk
And
about a bunch of bullshit.
you've had Aubrey on there.
I did.
Did you go on Aubrey's podcast?
I have not yet.
Well, then
I've been on the On It one
he's a
with
fucking
Kyle.
asshole.
That fucking Aubrey.
Yeah,
That guy's doing
no.
the Lord's work, eh?
Yeah, I'll be sure to tell him what's up with that.
Wait, so I thought that was like an acronym. Is that literally
Yeah, just So. 'cause
So.
Yeah, it's a stutter that I've got
Yeah,
in conversation. I was like, fuck it, we'll just name it that. And then
Beautiful.
I'm not locked into some direction that of people I want to talk about or talk with.
yeah. Well, and you certainly turn lemons into lemonade when you say so.
Right.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
And, I mean, like, the variety, like yeah.
That's your catchphrase.
Yeah, variety of guests, right? Like, we had fucking, I've got Stone Cold Steve Austin on
Yeah.
tonight, and then I had a best friend of mine since middle school on that we talked for 2.5 hours about a road trip we made to California once.
Beautiful.
Wow, you got
So-
Stone Cold on.
Dude, he's here in town. You should absolutely have him on here.
We don't have that power.
I can fucking make that happen.
All right.
I have a voicemail on my phone from Steve Austin. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know the weirdest thing ever, but it's up there. That's
I
a
got
fucking
a-
weird voicemail for
I got
sure.
a Stone Cold Silly Straw. That's the best
It's-
I can contribute to this.
Okay, no, that's
It's just because he's
still a pretty heavy weight you
100%.
just threw in
Yeah.
there, Michael.
He's 100% Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, you show up, like, the
I'm
voice
sorry,
on my
Matt, but I'm a
phone-
little more interested in this crazy
This is-
story.
yeah,
Is
this
it
crazy
like still in
story.
the plastic?
No, I actually recently had to part with it. It was completely.
Ah!
I had it for so many years.
He's not a lifer.
I still have the.
Got a photo of it?
I still have the deluxe Slurpee mug from the Raw era.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's where my change goes.
I mean, he fucking Stone Cold stunned the president.
Oh, he did. Fuck, that didn't make any sense for a second, but he fucking now it.
Dude, he
yeah,
was telling a
did.
story about that, and he said, like, we're backstage, and Vince is like, you should hit him with the stunner. And he's like, I don't know, man. And he says, Donald comes over, and they introduce, and he's like, we think Stone Cold should hit you with a finishing move. This is what it is. And Donald Trump's like guy with him, his agent's like, no, he doesn't need to do that. You know, they're already happy that you're even here. They're lucky. And Donald's like, you think it makes the show better? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, let's fucking do it.
Were there
Wow.
any instructions about handling the hair?
Yeah.
No, I don't. That was a question. He said, no, apparently it just holds on.
Nah, that shit is glued.
Yeah, oh
Unless you
man,
get-
that
unless-
is cotton candy
I
hair.
think the only thing you got to worry about is a really heavy backwind when you're walking upstairs.
You're telling me of 330 million people in this country, two 70-year-olds, one with cotton candy hair who's painted orange, and a lady who faints a lot are our two best choices.
That's our best and brightest.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Swinging for the fences, ladies. You know, we should have 24 choices of just the most amazing people ever.
Well, have you watched the debates leading up to it? We
God,
kind of do.
Yeah,
There's a lot of characters out there.
it's fascinating.
I know, but why not just a few more like randoms that aren't even there for it? You know, like kind of like how they had that the thing with the stairs with everybody with the fancy dress on yesterday. Why not just put a couple of those guys up there? Like you know, like I would go with just random, not super busy celebrities, but ones that you know you can respect. Not one that like, oh, you know, here's
Like
a
The
photo
Rock.
of her doing coke or something. Well, The Rock is no, that's a heavy hitting. I'm gonna win. There needs to be other ones that just, you know,
Like Tanya Harding, like surreal life.
no, then you're gonna make
levels,
fun. You're gonna make fun. Who's the girl that was with the big dress that was on the stairs?
Big dress. Oh, Katy Perry?
No, but yes, sure. Katy Perry and the chick from Sex and the City.
Yeah, Sarah
The one
Jessica
that looks
Parker.
like a horse.
I would vote for her. Oh wow, I say that. That's
Well, there's
crazy.
what do you call
Totally
it?
looks like a
Little bit,
horse.
There's
You have a carrot in front of her. She's all over it.
Wow, you're really mean, Matt. I like you.
that's an incredibly mean true thing you just said. Well, there's another Sex and the City lady who is running for governor of New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Which one?
so that's happening. Cynthia Nixon, is that her name?
Which one's that?
Cool.
Miranda, Jezebel. I don't know their names. Come on, man.
You threw out Miranda pretty quick.
I
there,
did.
bud.
I am
yeah,
familiar
yeah,
with-
yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't think she's Miranda though.
No, she was a redhead.
I really got to appreciate Andrew continuing some more WWE on the screen.
Oh, it's the best.
Wait, the boss sat. Could you imagine if Dana White sat there and?
Yeah, it was billionaire versus billionaire. The loser had to shave their head. So if Donald would have lost, that's the gimmick.
Oh.
That they were going to shave his head.
Oh right, wow! So they just bicked the boss hard.
Yeah, they're not doing a great job. I'm going to be honest with you.
Wow, and Donald was a part of it.
That guy's our president.
Yeah, all right. Well, we've
Thank
learned
you
a
for
lot.
That periodic depressing
Yeah,
reminder.
and you keep thinking that one in there. That's cool. You know, fucking Stone Cold. I don't.
I
Congratulations.
can fix it.
It's all right.
He'd be pumped. Texas rattlesnake come in here, hit you with a stunner.
I'll take a stunner, no problem.
And me without my silly straw.
Yeah, you sold your soul the last
I
time.
wouldn't let him know, dude.
I finally parted. Dude, it was
saying it.
disgusting inside. I had to. It could not be cleaned anymore.
You couldn't just
Could have framed it.
hot water through it.
Could have framed it.
Believe me, I Instagrammed
Put
it like
that shit in
6
glass.
months ago. I moved with it like 7 times.
Oh no, that's serious.
Say
Where's
it
my
was-
fucking
say
straw?
it-
It's
say it.
basically the scene from Pulp Fiction where he's trying to get his watch off the nightstand.
It was not the most flattering artistic rendering of Stone Cold ever.
Take the.
It was a little femme.
Tell
It
him
was
the
weird.
dog ate it or something.
Yeah.
Don't say you threw it.
I threw it in the garbage.
Don't. Yeah.
You're gonna have the breaking glass play right there. And that'd be it.
I'm punchy. I'll forget you even said that.
Yeah,
You'll be
I'll
alright.
I'll bring it.
All right, dude. Thanks for being on the show.
Matt
Thanks.
Vincent, your
Yeah.
website is The Hate, and you spell hate real funny.
Yeah, with a Roman numeral, so HVIII, the hate. So it was easier than trying to explain to people that it didn't mean like hate, like HTE, HATE.
Yeah, I can't read, so either way, it sounds good to me.
Like
Right.
it.
And you got the So podcast. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, dude.
I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back, everybody.
Boy, I'm wait on this fucking stupid thing.
Yeah, how bad's that one?
It's heavy. It's probably 53. Cheers, man. 53, maybe 72 pounds.
We'll break it.
Yep.
So about 8 minutes?
God.
When you hear everything pop and fucking crack.
That's how much it does.
Yeah, of course. You've earned it.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, right.
You, Vala.
I did not. I just picked up the bit. Okay, cool.
I was gonna.
You basically got it?
I was like, no.
Just go and cold and press it out.
I feel like my arms up in the air, but it won't be up. It'll be down. Ready to take a photo?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I don't think Jenny's in today, Kevin.
Are we, what's happening now?
News.
Oh, shit.
So I can just kick back then?
Yeah. You can leave if you want.
All right. We'll see ya. Hey, do you know he listens to the show?
Really?
Just told me he's been listening to the show since fucking Tony Hawk days. Listens to my podcast. He's fucking fully listens to the show.
The Matt.
Betsy.
No, I didn't know what you're talking about. She can really lift some weights too. You see him fucking grab that thing and just put it over his head like it was nothing?
Yeah.
Like it was a fucking 20-pound kettle, like a 20-pound dumbbell?
Sticking in Kevin's face.
I'd like to show him what it looks like when I do that with a 20-pound dumbbell.
It hurts if you cough this shit out. You fucking asshole.
I wish they didn't make me so sick to my stomach. Actually, no. I'm happy. I'm glad they do that.
We're taking a full break, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got 3.5 minutes.
How long do you want the news to go, Andrew?
I mean, as long as he thinks as it's good and like conversation worthy.
Yeah, but like ideally, like when we do,
I mean, you want to do the rest of the wolf knife names and some final calls, then I would think you'd shoot around till 2:40, 2:35, something like that.
Ben.
what?
You want to do that shit right now?
It's good, man.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Come over, do it your asshole.
It doesn't feel good going over the bump.
Oh, I gotta get someone else to do that.
Here, let me try a taste.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Ow! Man,
I like that.
Come here.
Bend
No.
over,
And
Kevin.
it's a massager.
No, it isn't. It's a power tool. No! I don't like that.
Work.
I don't know why that was fun to me, but boy, that was fun.
Oh, the office. Same old thing every day.
Oh, you wacky guys.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
That is a bad
August 24th, 26th, Ellis Mania.
Yeah?
Yep.
That doesn't work for me. No, I'm just kidding.
How are we doing with the RCPs?
Rejoin.
We are probably
Telly?
Oh, just Will's News, right?
probably almost full.
Really?
I haven't divided it into
Yeah.
which ones yet, but we're over 200 emails. So
How many is it in this? In the?
if each email is a +1, you're at
Yeah.
400, and we're probably right around 450 total capacity, I think, for all of them.
Oh, wow.
We should. It would be great to save some space so you can
Yeah, I've
give
set
them away
aside
or
10% of
special
each.
people.
Yeah.
But
We can
I
always release them. You can't get them back.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
I would continue to promote.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, that's a great way to promote it. Say, look, if you want to do this, or if you know a fan.
Did you tweet about it from the SNL show again?
Bullshit! Horse shit! Cat shit! Tiger shit! Lion shit! Duck shit! Walrus shit! Penguin shit! King Penguin shit! This is the Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
Did you feel it this morning, Jason?
Fuck yeah!
My boner?
Yeah, the earthquake!
Yeah, my wife felt it. Oh.
Damn it, I did not feel that.
No, yeah, it's a...
I thought we were still talking about my boner.
No. Nobody ever was.
Yeah, like I said, damn it, I did not feel that.
I was in Cabazon. I love Cabazon.
Yeah, magnitude 4.5.
Ooh.
I asked
Shit's
Andrew
getting weird.
if he felt it, and he said, I'm high. That was his response.
Touche. Good comeback. That's a bamboozler right there, because...
Right.
You're talking about the painkillers that you're on, aren't you?
Yeah, I got painkillers.
Yeah, duh. See, I figured that out. Earth to Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
That's right.
All right.
Scientists say this earthquake means it's the end of the world. Yellowstone's going to blow any minute, so
Fuck yeah.
dance like nobody's watching.
Ashante's going to be performing live, and it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be sweet.
Yep.
Speaking of which, that volcano is continuing to erupt in Hawaii, along with earthquakes and the poisonous gas coming up from underneath the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Gaseous sulfur dioxide is colorless, and it smells kind of like if somebody strikes a match, that kind of sulfury kind of thing.
I might rent a Lamborghini this weekend.
What?
Yeah, I got a feeling, because I don't think I can afford to buy a Lamborghini. I mean, I can't afford to buy a Lamborghini right now, and I think the world might end soon. And I want just one time I wanted to drive a Lamborghini. So I think maybe I should just rent one this Saturday and drive it around all day.
Yep.
Before the meteor or the Earth crumbles underneath me.
No, you should.
Because if it does now, I'll be like, man, I pretty much did. You know what I mean? Fuck. I just saw one. It's on the corner. I drive by when I take the kids home. There's one you can rent.
I've checked out prices on that before in the past. Because
Like-
my kid is a real car guy, and I know that would be the ultimate thrill for him to ride in a Lamborghini, and nah, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Maybe I'll come get him if I rent it this weekend.
That'd be awesome.
We'll get some bitches and tongue them out and stuff. High five at the same time.
Your son will love that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 12-year-old. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I was. I know I was on the edge, but I was on the line. You're.
I've never understood that when people say, what do they say? Live like it's your last day on Earth or something?
Live like you're dying? Wasn't that a country song?
Yeah, no, but it's like live like it's your last day on Earth.
I love big tits and I cannot lie.
I don't think that's a good idea.
What?
To live like it's your last day on Earth.
I do.
So, I mean, you would spend all of your money. You wouldn't show up for work.
Well,
you
you gotta live every day. You gotta live every day like it's the last day on Earth in moderation.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't care.
It's a good way of looking at things. You know, I kind of thought of a thing. I think I thought of this. Maybe I read it, but I think it was me the other day, and I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 days. I realized that every day is kind of like it's like a blank check, and how are you going to spend it?
Yeah.
It's a good way to not waste time. Now, we all have responsibilities, and sometimes there are things that I have to take out the garbage. It doesn't matter if that's what I choose to do, but personally, it's rare that there's not at least some little window in the day that isn't kind of sort of for me. And, you know, people always get sick and they go, or they have like a near-death experience and they go, the one thing that they learned is that every day is a gift. To try to actually treat my days before I have a near-death experience
Right.
as a gift.
It's like, yeah, because you don't want to buy the burglar alarm after you've been robbed.
I just installed a burglar alarm last night. Can I tell you how excited I am?
Well, what, to catch a burglar or?
No. I just felt like it's the most grown-up thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Installation? What part is the proud part? Like, I have a burglar alarm now, or I installed it?
Protected my family.
Gotcha.
Sleep tight, little ones. Everything's going to be fine.
Yep.
Daddy's on watch.
There you go.
This is a sad story. Brenda McLaughlin
Yeah.
McLaughlin, 38 years old. She sustained serious head injury in an attack in Northern Ireland Saturday. She's gay. Police say she was attacked because she's gay, so they're treating it as a hate crime. Police patrol was alerted by members of the public that a woman was lying injured on the ground with blood coming out of her head, and she was lapsing in and out of consciousness. She was also having seizures.
Oh, no.
She was taken to the hospital where her condition was initially life-threatening but later downgraded. Doctors were able to determine that she had a small circular hole in her head, and that didn't penetrate the brain, but there was a hole in her head. She was able to tell police that she was in a bar when she heard a noise that sounded an awful lot like a power drill.
No.
Some 17-year-old kid allegedly attacked this woman with a drill.
And drilled her in her mind.
He's being held in custody accused of stealing a power drill, but, also almost killing this woman.
A man drilled a lady in the head at a pub, and was he caught on site, or did somebody had to get a detective on this?
No, they have videotapes.
Was he taken down by other people when the drill was placed on the lady's head?
But they said they found the drill later, so
Right.
it gives me the impression he had time to go hide it.
At one point, he got away with this crime.
Yeah, apparently.
Now, is this like one of the ones you can charge, or would he have found an outlet before he drilled this lady's
Michael,
head?
you had to do it, didn't you?
You install one.
Because if she had to run a little bit, maybe the cord would have pulled it out and she would have got away.
Now you're Mr. Power Tools.
I saw a movie like that. Driller Killer?
Yeah. Oh, wait, really? Because I saw just Hostel where they did that. But you're saying the entire movie was based on a dude drilling holes in people?
There it is, the Driller Killer.
Right, yep, that's what it was. All right.
You pretty much you can pretty much guess what happens.
What happens in that movie?
It's more of a mystery.
In Omaha, Nebraska, a lady there, Kendra Jackson, got a runny nose along with other symptoms, coughing, sneezing, headaches. Naturally,
AIDS.
I have a cold. But the cold never went away. A year later, she still had the symptoms. Eventually, she went to the doctor. The doctor told her she had allergies, so she went through that whole allergy rigmarole.
Oh.
Well, that worked out great for Kevin. Now he's fixed.
He's fixed.
Yeah. She had seen multiple doctors, and nothing helped until finally she went to see another doctor who diagnosed her correctly. The doctor told her that snot running out of your nose is brain fluid.
Woo!
Well, the good news is, based on what you're telling me,
Yeah.
plenty more where that came from.
Apparently you got a lot of fluid in there.
Can they block that?
That's
hole?
what they did. They took some fatty tissue
And
blocked it, and she's okay. That's all they needed. Yeah.
Now, did they ever determine exactly how she had sprung a leak in her brain?
Yes. She had a car accident about 5 years prior, and it hit her head on the dash, and thought, well, I hit my head on the dash. She didn't think she was that injured, but it made a little hole in the membrane or whatever that keeps your brain fluid in.
Fuck. That's why I usually wear seatbelts.
Usually is a good way. Thank God she doesn't have to carry around a box of tissues wherever she goes now, though, No.
Sorry, I thought you were being...
No, she's better. That's good.
but I thought you were making a joke like she used to walk around with a box of tissues.
She did actually walk around with a box of tissues all the time.
So it was coming out of her head.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Like a faucet.
How big's that hole? I'm joking.
The condition is rare, affecting 1 in every 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And if you're paranoid, you think you have this, it's a colorless and odorless liquid that leaks out.
So, statistically speaking, there's probably at least a couple people listening right now whose brains are leaking.
Totally. I'm looking at you, man. It's you.
Cool beans, isn't there liquid leaking out of your face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Brain fluid.
Brain diarrhea.
Yep.
Or maybe you don't bend over a lot.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't bend over ever again.
Maybe you got it all out and now you're fine.
Yeah. Maybe it's dry. It's Just sludging
It's
around
like a
in
dry
there.
sponge.
Yeah. Maybe it's stuck to one side, maybe, you know? Yep.
Great news in the world of drugs.
All right.
More drugs?
Fewer U.S. workers tested positive for prescription painkillers last year.
That's great.
Now are they just testing
Now you just get
positive for
heroin.
smack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually are. Yeah, they're testing positive for cocaine and meth. So the total percentage of people that test positive for drugs has remained 4.2%.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they've switched the drugs.
Yes.
They're off the pills and onto the meth.
You're saying it's like prescription pills are the gateway drug, not marijuana.
Like that. But speaking of marijuana, a positive test for marijuana, oddly enough,
Yeah.
rose in states that legalized marijuana.
You're saying people smoke marijuana where it's legal?
That's what I'm indicating, yes.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's always been insane to say that legalizing drugs won't nudge up the number of people using drugs.
Yeah, like I just like that it's legal, so it's like, you know, people that have a beer are not bad people, and the people who smoke a joint are not bad people.
True.
That's fair.
I've mixed feelings.
I like
on the
fair.
drug thing.
You know?
I
get your mixed feelings. I felt like we did this discussion the other day, and I was like, you guys made a lot of sense. So, you know, but each to their own. But like I said, that's one thing that I like about it. It's like I think the kids of tomorrow are just like, it's like a beer. So you don't have to be like, oh, Dad smokes weed.
But better.
Do you know it is better? It's interesting. I saw a friend of mine recently who, you know, we went to high school together. Now he's a dad, and he talked about how on a weekend night he might crack a couple beers and like eat a gummy or something. And I didn't ask him. I'm willing to bet his kids, because he has children, are well aware that Dad's drinking beers. I bet kids don't know Dad ate a gummy too.
Right.
I wonder how long it takes for that to change.
Well, daddy juice, dad special gummies. I don't know.
I think it depends on the dad. I mean, I don't know Twitch's family, but I would feel like some of them would know that Daddy smokes weed.
Well, they do now. They're all listening.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, there've always been dads who, you know, parents who openly smoke weed in more enlightened families and stuff like that. I just wonder how long it takes until, like, no, I don't know. I never knew an adult who hid having a beer from their kids.
Yeah.
And I wonder how long it is until it's just completely as open as, yes, it's fucking a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Me and Mom are smoking a joint while we barbecue. What?
I'm over a decade sober, so it doesn't really affect me, but look, I would way rather my kids, the people around me, smoke pot than drink.
Yes, keep that in mind when you guys go out for that Lambo ride.
Yeah, no, I'll be sure to pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side.
Well, now that we have legal marijuana, generally speaking, and it's on its way across the country, there's a push in Oregon and in Denver to allow for possession of mushrooms.
Wait, you guys sell mushrooms, huh? So, is that a big thing? People make a lot of money from selling mushrooms? It's a stupid question.
They're
probably, right?
devilishly hard to get where I come from.
Yeah, see, they were super easy where I come from. I think it's a matter of time, not location. I think you went through the same time period, generally speaking, that I did, where, you know, it grew in fields all around here, so it was free.
Yeah, because Australia is behind, so when I was a kid, nobody... I mean, I would have bought it. It's way more convenient. But yeah, I just went into the grass and got them.
Right.
We spent one entire summer buying... the best time I've ever had on drugs in my entire life is the first time or two that I took mushrooms, and then we spent an entire summer wasting money giving people money for bullshit stuff that was not mushrooms.
Trying to relive
over and over and over. Fake, squishy ones. Just
no.
awful. Terrible. We're lucky we didn't die. You cannot buy mushrooms in New York Central Park. I am here to tell you I spent months exhaustively researching the subject. Doesn't matter if you ever buy like the John Lennon stuff. They're all fucking bogus mushrooms. I think I feel a little something. Do you know what? I don't know what to say about that. It is different if they grow because like marijuana is easy to grow. Mushrooms just grow whether or not you want them to. So this to me is going to be a real people in rural places are probably going to have a different opinion about this than people where in cities and towns where the only way you're going to get them is by buying them from a dealer. On one hand, they're never going to be as popular as weed, and I think that they're kind of actually good for you. But to make the argument, I'd rather have a stoned driver than a drunk driver is one thing. Would you make the case you'd rather have a mushroom driver? I would not.
No.
I would not.
No.
Yeah, I don't want a mushroom drive.
No, you don't want anybody experiencing.
I don't want a mushroom.
hallucinations
I don't want a mushroom drive.
Right.
You know?
No, you wouldn't want to.
I feel like Mushroom Uber is pulling over. Actually, he's like, I'm sorry, you got to get out. Why? I can't drive.
I don't know what you're talking about. We spent an entire evening in a church parking lot driving around at 5 miles an hour and had a great time.
I want to get in that Uber. That's awesome. Where are we going? I don't care.
So
Let's go.
fun. I think it's the first time I ever drove, to be honest with you.
Oh, fun.
The ballot measures that are going on in Oregon and in Denver are the reaction to new research showing that it may be useful in treating depression and anxiety. And
So, hey, wait a minute. So is Molly. MDMA therapy is proven as well. Does that mean they're going to legalize that?
For medical purposes?
Well, sure. Sure will. Medical purposes.
Hey, doctors. Hey, we trusted you once with the painkillers.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again.
Yeah.
This is medicine.
Only when I really need Molly. Not just like on a Sunday, you know, like. Or what if you're, you know, you're an adult, then you can buy, you know, you go to the drugstore and you know, like looked up, working hard, not having that much fun. He's like, look. Here's what I'm going to prescribe: two pills of Molly.
I've been diagnosed with chronic boredom.
Yeah, chronic. I'm depressed, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to, get a babysitter. You get your sisters, take your kids to your sister's house, and you're going to spend an entire weekend in a cabin, and you get to take 2 of these on Friday.
Only 2?
Come back to me, each. Sorry, I just upped it up. I just upped it for Michael. Yeah, so 2 each, and then call me on Monday. Tell me how it went.
Well, that'd be either great or terrible.
Well, no, it will be awesome because every couple deserves a lonely weekend on Molly one time, and every couple has a shit, has to face the world all the time. And I don't care, even if you're lucky, even those dickheads that are on TV have a bad day. So normal people have a really shit day. What if the doctors prescribed you Molly one time? Because I feel like, especially hard-working couples, that have never done it, and they could just be alone and do it, I think it would make their life better.
I read today that the average American now works more hours than the average medieval peasant did. Think about it.
Think about that, and prescribe me some Molly immediately, doctor.
The conditions might be a little better, but... is there a possibility you can have a bad experience with Molly?
No.
Oh, so I'm a slave in air conditioning and I'm supposed to be happy, Will? Duly noted, the man.
Just in your mind.
I mean, you could probably have a bad painkiller. You can have a bad drink.
I can't imagine that.
You can for sure have a bad drink.
I've had a bad painkiller.
I've had a bad painkiller. I know we've talked about it before. Do people have
bad drink?
Do people have bad ecstasies?
Yes.
Yes.
Like what?
Well, they don't work.
Oh no! You can have a bad ecstasy.
Well, you can have bad ecstasy because it has other stuff in it.
Sounds like a Prince song.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. If it's prescribed MDMA, you're getting exactly that. That's what the great thing is when you bring the government into it. They take care of your drugs and make sure it's 100% that drug.
What if theoretically?
That's why you can always trust the government.
Everybody always says it. Okay, what if, let's say you did ecstasy one night.
Yep.
And it was fantastic.
That's happened to me.
Then let's say the next night you did a lot of it again.
No. The doctor gave you 2 pills. I don't know why I'm the president again, but the doctor gave you 2 pills to take. Take them at once.
No, I'm just saying.
That's it. I'm not prescribing anymore. That's like saying, what if the doctor just prescribed you unlimited Oxycontins? Would you not die? The doctor gave you 2 each. 2 for you.
Yeah,
2 for the wife.
I could go buy a case of Jack Daniels if I were to drink it all.
Yeah.
That would be bad for me.
Yeah.
If used properly.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, we all know this is not how they're planning on using it for therapy. Right?
Of course, yeah. But let me ask you, is it possible
Yeah.
to have a bad time in that scenario where you come back the next night and do a bunch more again?
No.
I think it might be.
Well, you can make up your argument. I'll make up mine.
Do you feel like you know a guy that happened to?
I
Will?
know a guy that happened to.
And how did that play out? How was it bad?
For about 3 days, it was super negative, dark thinking.
Do you think,
according to what he says? I don't know.
Right. No, you can only go on. It's a secondhand information.
Right.
Obviously.
It's hearsay.
It's bad Molly, is what that is.
Do you feel like that guy might have been a little? I'll put it. I feel like crazy people would be more apt to have a bad time on Molly than sane people.
Yeah, you can't give it to.
Is your friend a little off?
Oh yeah, he's totally clinically insane.
Okay.
No, I'm being serious. Like, because there was a period of time where I didn't do drugs for so long that I was kind of afraid to do ecstasy again, and then I went to my friend's bachelor party, and I had to really kind of dig deep and just jump into the deep end. And the second it kicked in, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? How did I forget? This is the one drug that's a sure thing. It cannot go wrong. You're just like, woo, fucking ecstasy. It's ecstasy.
If it's they started mixing it with meth and coke and stuff, so then you're going to get meth and coke feelings. But like I said, that's the thing that they, as far as I'm out of the game, but MDMA is ecstasy, and ecstasy got turned into meth and coke with ecstasy in it. If you get MDMA, which means if you got it from the doctor or you got pure MDMA, then it will only give you the thing that you're supposed. And I would say, okay, if you're 80 and you've got like a heart condition, then no, you probably shouldn't take it because I'm sure your heart rate goes up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you want to be like somewhat healthy. But if you are somewhat healthy, then anybody could probably do it. And the only thing would be, you know, if you're a young kid, then you're going to abuse it and become addicted to it. If you're an adult that was prescribed one, it's like a vacation, man. And if you're talking about, I can't afford to go on vacation, I got to work and I got kids and bills and blah blah blah, and the doctor prescribes me one for me and one for the wife, and I can get it fucking 24 hours away from everybody in my house. I feel like that would really, when I just see people in the supermarket and stuff, I'm like, I wonder how cool you would think it would be if it was just one time. You don't get all your Gatorades and fruit. Like I would, if I was a doctor, I'd be like, you get a lot of Gatorade or maybe Pedialyte, get tons of fruit. You're gonna get thirsty. Everything's gonna taste great. Yeah, no, but that was the other thing. I think when you do MDMA, you feel bad in the morning if you start doing all the other things that you think comes with it.
Right.
So then now you're blaming a hangover on MDMA, which is not. MDMA doesn't give you a hangover. All the drinking you started doing when you felt it coming down, that's what gave you the hangover. So if you just do the MDMA, drink lots of water, stay hydrated, take a couple of vitamins after it, you don't feel bad the next day.
I think that's probably what happened to my friend, is that, you know, his friend that he was getting the thing from probably gave him something that was mixed with acid, because it was early on in the ecstasy days, and so I don't think it was at a point where people are chopping it up with other shit yet, you know.
If it lasted for more than like 3 hours and you're hallucinating, I would suggest that maybe that's acid. And I know people are going to call and say, if you take it day after day because your serotonin is depleted. We're just talking about...
But everybody knows that.
Yeah, I'm not saying is there any way you could possibly fuck this up used sanely, properly. Yeah. It's the surest... That's what I thought, because I missed mushrooms because they started getting really, really weird on me, just like weed did. And mushrooms, ecstasy was like half of what I wanted from mushrooms, guaranteed. It's the ultimate adult drug.
It is a shame that there
if taken
in
a mature if you take them a lot, it ruins your everything.
Everybody wants to have an escape of where they have this experience within themselves.
Right.
You know, it's too bad we can't get to that place through, I don't know, maybe some people can through meditation or something, you know?
Yep. I mean, the level, it's 10 years of meditation, and I'm sure some people get to a feeling of some kind of euphoria, but not me. You can say Molly.
Yeah, my theology teacher in high school was a little bit of like a mystic guru type, and he said that at some point in like the late 60s, early 70s, they gave some crazy yogi guys from India like liquid acid, blah, 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 and they took it and they're like, yeah, that's cute.
cool. I wonder if they're lying.
I don't know. That's the story he told me.
Once
That was my
again,
high school teacher. I love that guy.
Star Wars, the franchise of Star Wars, has directly led to violence. And I, for one, say we have to put an end to this franchise and all the violence that it's causing.
What violence did it cause?
A 42-year-old Pennsylvania man is facing an assault and harassment charges after allegedly beating his mother with a lightsaber.
Yeah, but that's just made of plastic, right?
I don't know. This guy apparently owned a lot of lightsabers. Police responding to
It's like a really
disturbance
heavy-duty
call-
one.
Yeah. Found the 75-year-old mom
Yeah.
being treated by EMS workers.
Isn't it kind of your fault, though, for being 75 and having an adult baby in your house?
Apparently.
You know what I mean? Like, when he was, like, 20. That was your window,
He's
Mum.
got 6 lightsabers and he's 20. Time to get out.
Yeah.
The woman told police that her son had hit her repeatedly with what she called a lifesaver, and
That's what I call it.
she was just sitting in a chair when her son began striking her,
Oh.
and she could not say why he did it. The son, who is 6'4" and 330 pounds,
All her fault. She fed it.
owns many lightsabers, and when confronted by cops, he claimed that she was hitting herself and that he kept telling her, "Stop hitting yourself."
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I get that.
Pennywise told him to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was using the force.
Could be.
And he wasn't actually hitting her. She was, yeah.
That or poltergeist.
Zoe, you're saying MDMA helped your relationship. How so?
Well, it all started, I used to go out with a guy who really liked coke, and then I broke up with him. But, there was a show you guys did a while ago, and you, Jason, said there's the richest you'll feel is if you do MDMA and drink, cheap wine, and this is what, me and this guy, we're in a long-distance relationship, but that's basically when we get to see each other, that's what we do, and we hang out at the beach or in the apartment, and, drink a couple bottles of cheap wine and do some MDMA, and it's honestly the best relationship I've been in. Like my best friend, and we just get ripped. And I was out there this weekend. I live in Calgary, he lives in Vancouver, and we did the exact same thing. And went to some after hours and had an excellent time. And it's honestly the best.
Nope. Don't forget to bring that MDMA to
Yuck Yucks.
Yuck Yucks.
Which show are you going to come see us at? Dude, act fast. Anybody who is thinking of coming, RSVP like right now. These tickets literally might run out by the end of the show today. If you're listening to the evening replay of the show, it might already be too late. But Jason Ellis Canada at I feel like Bubba the Love Sponge saying this, but it's actually true. The tickets are actually almost gone. Jason Ellis Canada at gmail.com. Monday, June 11th, Tuesday, June 12th, Wednesday, June 13th. Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, in that order. Please email us. Let us know you're coming. We'll give you a +1 and let us know which city you will be attending at. We'll get back to you if you are able to get tickets. Hope to see you there, horny drug lady.
See you, Zoe.
Is that posted anywhere online, by the way? Because I was going to say, look, if you know somebody who does listen to the replay or is a big fan and is at work or something, you should hit them up and tell them this is happening now, because you'd want them to be able to get in.
Right. I thought you were talking to me for a second.
Oh, I was just wondering if it was...
we tweeted it from the Jason Ellis Show account.
Perfect.
I retweeted it.
Okay, cool. Right near where I grew up, beautiful Gulfport, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Police say a man stole a John Deere.
That's a tractor, yeah?
Yeah, this is a front end loader kind of thing. He stole it from a recycling place and drove it down the street to the Walmart, the one on Highway 49, and started ramming it into cars in the parking lot. And he was well on his way next door to the Nissan dealership when police spiked the tires and caught the guy.
Oh, they'll do that in Alabama, huh?
Mm-hmm. They asked him, what was going on, and he explained to them it's the end of the world and the zombies were chasing him.
He's early, though.
Yeah, he's a little early.
Wait, when it's the end of the world, zombies are not showing up.
And what are you going to do with your front end loader?
That's where you've lost me. Sure, the world could end, exploding volcano, hole in the ground, tornado, go for it. No living dead.
No.
Because there's no way that works out.
It's fun to think about.
Yeah, it's like the monkey men in that movie.
No!
They're not gonna put on... They're not gonna ride horses. Why would I ride a fucking horse if I'm a monkey man? I'm driving a car. I got fucking hands and shit, man. The fuck are we talking about? I'm just a little more prehistoric than you, so I don't fucking know how to turn the key. You're shitting me, bro. Driving a horse is very difficult.
You're wearing clothes that have a buckle. If you can work a buckle...
You can drive a car.
Yeah,
you can open the door and you can turn the key.
That's why the...
Maybe not the gorilla. He's too big. The
I feel
monkeys
like
are in
zombies
the wrong
are among the. I've just not been part of the zombie renaissance. I just think that they're the least scary of the classic boogeymen.
I think the first one they could have been scary because the first one made a little sense. If there was some sort of gas that the military made that would kill somebody and make him still somewhat alive, or make dead things come back to life, then that one was the most believable. That all the rest of the Walking Dead and you bite it and it's contagious. It's, nah. Just the ones that are dead start wanting to eat you. Not the brain, just to eat you. I could see how people... Because you can take drugs where people walk around like they can barely see what they're doing, and they are kind of zombies. They're just not... You know, so like... They're not the comic book zombie.
And when I was a kid, zombies moved like Frankenstein, very slowly.
Right.
Well, that's how real zombies would move, because they'd be kind of... That's why we would call them that, because they're sort of stiff, dead-moving people.
Well, speaking of which, Robert...
If they're running very fast and eating people, we would call them crazy... People have gone crazy and they're eating...
Bath salts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robert Cogshaw was playing with his dogs when he saw a zombie raccoon.
That's real, because they can have that.
Yeah, they can get distemper, which dogs can get too. And in fact, dogs and raccoons can get it from each other.
Does that mean you can have a raccoon dog?
No, you can't.
Oh.
But
Sounds good for a raccoon friend.
People can't get it. But man, this guy happened to be a wildlife photographer, and he took pictures of it, and it's frightening because this raccoon was. You know, they stand up on their hind legs, and they bare their teeth, and they're drooling and everything, and they're coming at you. Yeah. And he went inside with his dogs and shut the glass door, and the thing is like, you know, like banging on the glass, looking for a place to get in, and come back to the door. No, but he did take pictures. I got a couple.
That's awesome.
He took pictures of them, and yeah, that's a sight you don't want to see.
It is a sight you want to see because you're allowed to kill him.
There's the distempered.
Oh, you know what? I could not kill him. He is awesome.
You do not want to see a video of a raccoon that has distemper because
he seems really
it's
cool.
sad.
But I mean, if everybody went crazy like that, then they would know they're fucked. There's no coming back. So you don't feel bad about killing them, and that's what you do.
Throw a vest on that guy, and it's Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, yes.
But what?
He's great too.
I like him.
So a zombie movie, more realistic zombie movie, might be a human distemper.
Yes, a human distemper movie.
The only problem
Let's call it distemper.
Let's call it distemper people or rabies babies.
Yeah, they also pass out though, kind of in a narcoleptic kind of way, and then they wake up, they're all groggy. And oh yeah, I was doing that mean thing.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
What about if rabies babies doesn't have any babies in it? It just has adults that like act like babies.
Oh, okay. So it's people with a baby fetish.
No, they become. They've got rabies, so they're crazy. But they also act like their face starts to look like they go bald in a baby way, and their head gets a little bigger, and they when they chase people they go.
What about if we just cast very very short people as the babies and cast very very tall people as normal sized adults?
And they can stand in a hole.
Rob Dyrdek's like 7 feet tall. That's not gonna work out.
In Sheridan Township, Michigan, a family was scared when they heard a loud noise coming from the living room. They went in there and discovered a whole bunch of raccoons crashed through their ceiling.
Oh, wow. They were having a meeting in the town hall.
Yeah, the ceiling had a hole in it, and there in the lazy boy reclining chair was the giant mother raccoon and her team of baby raccoons.
Yep.
Emergency crew showed up. A lieutenant was bitten on the hand in spite of wearing the
fight, isn't it?
Gloves. Ultimately, they used a dog catch pole and a live trap. They captured the whole family and returned them to the wild where they belong.
Where they can find somebody else's roof to destroy.
By the way...
And have the town meeting.
I accidentally all the rest of my news has to do with raccoons.
I don't mind that.
You okay
Better
with
than aliens.
raccoon news? All right.
Yeah.
An Air Canada flight in Saskatoon.
Yeah, Saskatoon. People are coming from Saskatoon.
Well, it was delayed by
Why?
raccoons.
They were in the plane?
Well, airline officials say a raccoon was trying to cool off and found the perfect spot inside the hose of an air conditioning unit. He fell asleep in there, and then when they hooked up the hose to the plane, he woke up and said, "Holy shit, where am I? What's happening?" and ran into the air conditioning of the plane.
Oh, fuck. I hate that story.
Passengers realized something was going wrong when a group of flight staff, along with animal control units, gathered outside the plane. But it took them over an hour to tell the passengers what was happening. The flight was supposed to take off at 2:50 p.m. and ended up taking off at 10 p.m.
Fucking raccoons.
Wait, so it went from where to where?
I don't know.
Wait, into the air conditioning or something?
Yeah, the raccoon.
I'm sorry, not the flight. Yeah.
Yes.
Where did it start off?
In the air conditioning unit.
I was never in like the propeller.
Right? No, you plug into the plane while it's on the ground.
He panicked and he went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right into the
He was stuck
propeller
and he
thing.
got himself stuck to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there was a time if you could have just turned the propeller on and taken care of him that way, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crueler world, but people used to be on time a lot more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was 2 a.m. when the team at the Wayne Township Fire Department were woken up by someone frantically ringing their doorbell.
It was a
banging on
raccoon.
the doors over and over again. No.
Oh.
But of course they thought, oh God, something horrible's happening. And so they jumped up.
It
They
was the
probably
head of a raccoon.
slid down that pole that they have in the fire station.
There was a boiling hot vat of lard at the bottom of the pole.
Right. No. There was a woman who was banging on the door.
Spread eagle. Oh.
And
Spread eagle at the door?
No, there's no.
Just at the door.
No eagles involved. It was a raccoon.
Wait. I said there was a raccoon.
No, it's a woman.
Okay.
With a raccoon.
Oh, she was holding it.
Yes. She was hysterical, and she shouted at the fire captain that the raccoon had been, quote, accidentally exposed to too much of somebody's weed.
Oh, they got the raccoon high. Too high.
Or did he eat the edibles?
They were freaking out and thought the raccoon was going to die.
They're too high.
The fire captain does say, quote, the raccoon appeared to be lethargic and met all of the symptoms that we typically run into when someone's been exposed to marijuana.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ate edibles or what.
That's his
happened,
podcast.
But they had a discussion. One firefighter thought it was meth, another guy thought it was heroin. But at the end of the day, they apologized to the woman and said, "I'm sorry, we're not equipped to deal with stoned raccoons."
That's a song.
And sent her on her way.
I mean, that's a song. It's a country song.
Isn't that Andrew's territory?
Yes. It is.
And he's in the perfect frame of mind.
High on painkillers.
To do a song. Yeah, it's we're not properly equipped to deal with stoned raccoons.
In the key of G.
Wait, sorry. Wait, sorry. Where's my country beds? Okay, yeah, you're good. You got it.
You know what? We're not prepared for. That's raccoons. Because they're rabid. And I'm wrapping them on the farm. I might lose an arm. But I can tell you a long tail. Raccoons! Yeah! They'll bite you. Kick you in the face. While I kick the raccoon in the face.
guitar. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Where's the guitar?
Raccoon coming. You don't want to meet these things dark at night. See the yellow in their eyes. You gotta shoot them. Bang, bang. You gotta take them out before they touch
It's like William Shatner
That's amazing.
doing beat poetry at 4 a.m. at the Playboy Mansion.
Wow.
855 Alice 41 if anyone wants to call the show. Go ahead, Will.
A couple of weeks ago in New York City, people got a text alert on their phones that said NYPD is responding to reports of a tiger on the loose, running through the streets. Police helicopters were dispatched. Announcements were made, stay in your homes. A few minutes after that, they got to the place, 166th Street in Harlem, and they spotted the animal, which was a raccoon.
Yeah.
Kind of saw that coming.
Yeah. A New York Times reporter tweeted that when she called the precinct to confirm the story, instead of saying hello, they answered the phone. It's not a tiger, it's a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, if raccoon is the punchline of any of these, then
Kind of showed your hand.
yeah. I'm telling you, they're all about raccoon. There's a raccoon that takes care of dogs at a veterinary clinic in Russia.
Why not? He's got hands. He looks like he's wearing tiny little gloves.
Yeah.
When you say that he takes care of him, like, what does he do?
Well, who's providing emotional support for the emotional support dogs?
Bullshit.
So he
Raccoons
plays
have
with
no
them.
emotions.
Raccoon is.
So the dogs show up and he plays with the dog.
Yeah, you're looking at a video of Yasha the raccoon.
Yeah, that dog that was in the vet is not having fun. He was absolutely fucking terrified that a raccoon just walked over him and started licking his face. Yeah, so these are mentally, dude, these are mentally scarred dogs for life. They're like, oh my god, my master is letting, this thing. He's a very friendly guy. But some of these guys, okay, he's cool with him, but that guy's not. Look,
He's giving him a BJ.
He's sniffing my genitals. Get him off me.
Apparently, he doesn't get along with cats. So,
Right. But he loves those PTSD's nuts.
Right. He's just chewing. That dog's not happy about that. But then again, you're in Russia. What's to be happy about?
Did anybody ever try to domesticate a raccoon to live with them? I know, like, everybody's got the story. We used to have one that lived in our front yard that was kind of
people have raccoon friends.
but live in your house like a cat.
Yeah.
Well, that
there's ladies that have that.
There's ladies who give their raccoons too much weed.
Right, that was her raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, see, that guy's got, like, raccoons in his pool. There's people that, like, breed raccoons.
They're awesome until they attack you.
Well, why? Don't be a dick. And they want to attack you.
You could say that about anything.
Well, that raccoon was riding a bicycle. It's got training wheels on it.
Somebody in the LA area has their dog killed their baby yesterday. Doesn't mean people shouldn't have dogs.
Oh, yes, it does.
Michael.
Good morning, everybody.
Anyway.
Sorry if real life is too much for you.
It is.
Sorry if
Okay.
I thought you guys can handle the truth.
855 Ellis 41. Hello, Justin. Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to say thanks to your kid a few weeks ago. I learned little tiny sticky tags on my 10-footer. I'm like right after coaching, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you're sincerely welcome. I'm one of the greatest backside air coaches of all time. If I could go to your house right now, I could get you to do them probably a foot high within an hour.
Well, I wish you were here to teach me. Thank you for the tip, though.
All right, we'll try to go live on Snapchat. I'll tell you.
Yep.
All right. See you, mate.
You're like one of those air traffic control guys that talks the non-pilot down.
It's far more difficult than that, Will.
Right.
But yet somehow I will do it in an excellent way. Hello, Jason Ellis Show. You're live. I don't know who you are.
Hey, it's Chris. I just called to tell you, your zombie thing thinking they're going to be all slow and shit when it happens?
Yeah.
They're going to be super fucking fast.
It's not going to happen, so...
Why?
You can't just say, okay, so why are they going to be fast?
Just because I think it'll tap into the full potential of the human body, because all it's trying to do is eat.
No.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we all know that when people tap into their ultimate survival instincts and are forced to like become cannibals and stuff, they all of a sudden can run.
No, but
8-second 100-yard
human
dashes.
beings can run.
Yes.
So we're not just walking around.
Look, you're talking about. I'm talking. Look, maybe if like Michael Jordan gets zombie-itis, then yeah, I'm a little worried about that dude coming at me because yeah, if he starts running, he'll probably catch me.
Yeah.
But you're talking about dickheads on the bus that have got rabies.
Oh, and even
flinching, you bitch.
Even more to the point, if somebody was in a coma for 3 months,
yeah,
and then they got up and chased you, they wouldn't be able to do it, and that person wasn't dead.
No, I know, but that's but you've got because their muscles have atrophy.
Right, and I'm guessing being buried underground dead will also make you atrophy.
They weren't buried underground. What are you talking about?
Good point, Michael. How do the ones that have like barely any
Yes.
the muscles are ripped off and they're like coming after you? Like I'll fucking snap those fools. Hello, Hugh.
Yeah, the only ones I will deal with are like the fucking cool ones that have like their bones showing. Go ahead, Hugh.
Yeah, I know. That's disgusting. I don't.
Wait. Are you gonna do that?
No, it's not a toy because it's fake pus. It's like it's not real. It's not what I want. I want the. I'm gonna work hard and get it out.
You don't want a flashlight either, but sometimes you gotta go there.
Connor.
Yo, Jason, what up, man?
Oh, good day.
I love you guys. Hey, last week you were talking about public shitters.
Yes.
I've got some expertise on that. I wanted to share. Back in high school, one of my friends bailed on us, and we went to hang out with some girl, and he didn't bother to tell us he was going to hang out with a girl. We might have understood. So we went and found him. We didn't know where he was. We had to find him. I found his car. He was driving like some stupid 80s Euro van. It was like a VW or something like that. So I climbed up on board after draining the lizard, of course, because that's the biggest mistake most public shitters make. They piss all over their feet. You got to drain the lizard first, and then I hung onto his hood with my fingertips and bare-assed it, dripped shit right down his hood, Jason. He didn't notice it until the next morning, and it was still there.
You don't think I'm gonna give you a pat on the back for that, do you?
Can you
Will,
believe?
can you one?
Believe this guy chose to blow off his friends to go have sex with a woman?
Wow.
That homo deserved a turd on his car. Yeah. Thank you.
When those two got married, he kind of stopped hanging out with you, didn't he? And it was maybe her idea, and she was maybe right.
Payback. You broke my heart. Here's my feces. It's an angle.
Man love.
Man heartbreak. Only a man can take that heartbreak. If a lady breaks up with you and you poo on her car windshield, she's not going to understand that.
No. And a woman will hardly ever do that to you, from my experience.
Oh, they'll do it.
Yeah, they will.
One time a lady pooed on my friend.
No, I was talking about it.
He was Swedish, though. I feel like Swedish people are like easier to poo on. What?
I don't.
Out of
I
any
don't know.
person from
Okay.
any country, who would you feel the least bad about shitting on?
Yep, I think Swedish.
855 Ellis 41.
By the way, speaking of feces, if you live in an area that has a lot of wild animals,
Yes.
And you have a newer car, they're going to chew through the wiring on it, and it's because I just learned this today. It's because they stopped making the coating for the wires out of petroleum products, and now they're soy-based, and so animals want to eat them.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then they'll shit all over your car, too.
Yeah, but wasn't that good for the environment or something?
I mean, so along with, none of your electronics working, you're going to have shit all over your car.
I had shit in my backyard. Me and my dude were playing soccer the other day and both had shit on our shoes. And my backyard has a full gate around it, and we don't have a dog.
Oh!
Did you have a serious talk with your son about that?
Wait, what? He didn't.
Somebody
I misunderstood.
cleaned
I'm
up after
sorry.
the dog and flung it in my yard.
Oh, they flung it.
That's my assumption.
That's
Or they put the dog in there to shit.
Yeah, they did. That's what they do.
I don't know how they would have pulled that off, and I don't know why they would have, since there's that little bit of grass on the sidewalk just outside of the spiked gate they would have had to go over. Well, yeah, maybe you guys are right.
Maybe someone has a shit gun in your neighborhood and they was shooting shit all over the neighborhood.
Hey, you got a burglar alarm now, so don't worry about it. You're fine.
Sleep tight, little ones.
Hey, Canada date, everybody.
Yeah, we're coming to Canada Monday, June 11th in Vancouver, Tuesday in Edmonton, Wednesday at Calgary. And I'm going to talk like Sebastian Bach. You can reserve your ticket and a +1 now by calling jasonelliscanada@gmail.com.
There you go.
Fuck you!
That's great.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah, those are really good.
I don't have that anymore. Where is that?
We'll have to have him as a
Yeah,
guest.
no, he fucking texted me the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's looking at, he's gonna come on the podcast, and he's 50 now, and he's got plans. I'm not sure what they are, but he's gonna go for it, so watch out for him in the future. Roberto, what's up?
Hey, Jason. I'm in the LA area. My parents had a raccoon when I was like 9 years old. It was pretty gnarly. That thing was vicious.
Wait, had a raccoon as a pet, or just it came in the backyard every now and then?
Dad lived in the house. Had to like lock it in a cage when we left the house all night.
Cool.
So it walked around normally while you were at the house.
Yeah, it ran around like a cat. The thing used to beat the shit out of my dad. He'd like scratch the shit out of his face. He'd come home and they'd both be bloody because they'd be mad for the last 45 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they're having fun with each other, right? Yeah.
But it was just a funny thing. Every time you walk in, there'd be new blood laying on the ground from my dad like wrestling around with the raccoon because it still had his claws and stuff.
Right, did he draw blood from the coon as well?
Yeah, did he ever draw blood from? Yeah, good.
No, our animals beat us.
Yeah. Punch in the face.
And was it house trained?
Yeah, it would put its fists up or its paws up and box and all that. It would do all of it.
But did he shit in the house?
Well, no, we had like a cap on.
Oh, I thought you said like he put his hand up to tell you need to
I
go
know.
potty. I was like, he's a fucking cook. I'm
I
getting
thought he
up
was
right
saying no,
now.
he put his hand up and he pulled himself up in the toilet. That's what
Yeah,
I
he-
thought.
I
told you
didn't say
that.
he put his hand up and then just took a shit in the living room.
He's got fingers. He can wipe himself.
You can give him mini baby wipes. Oh!
Aw.
All right. Thanks for the call, dude.
Little baby raccoon wipe.
Later, man. Everybody enjoy the rest of your thing. Don't email or you're going to lose. Don't die.
That's a great plug. You might.
Well, hop on there and say you'll be on Craig Ferguson today at 4.
I'm going to be on Craig Ferguson today at 4 o'clock. So just when you thought you've heard enough.